extremely excited for this one because I think it's pretty close. And so far, the only TVZ I saw from Cure on this patch was against Elazer, where he won, even though he had a pretty bad early game. So, yeah, I think anything can happen here.
He lost to Solar, though.
Here we go, guys. We're in the first game in this best of 5 on Acropolis. We're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map looking at the green Zerg player. Your BlizzCon runner-up, he is Raynor.
And his opponent in the opposite corner with the red Terran SCVs, one of the most underrated players in the world. I think he's absolutely incredible. We have none other than Cure.
Newbie question.
What's up?
Do you always spawn cross-map now?
There are
that's a map feature.
there are no 4-player maps right now.
Interesting. It makes scouting a little
It's
easier.
technically true, right?
Yeah, but like we've had maps like year 0 earlier this year where like you spawn top
that's
left
true.
and top right. So it's not necessarily cross, like not diagonally necessarily.
But right now, every game is...
pretty much all maps are. Yeah, I think right now all the maps are like mirrored through the center.
Yeah.
So
well, I guess that actually doesn't.
Zerg Heaven, basically.
Zerg Heaven, you said?
Zerg Heaven.
Zerg Heaven.
I mean, it's really good when you think about cheesy stuff. Like Bly, I was asking Bly, what do I need to do to get to Masters before IEM Katowice? Because Apollo owes me $5,000 and he's never going to pay.
Okay.
But he said he'd hire me as talent if I can get back to Masters.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
So
you can do that.
Cheese everyone. It's not that hard.
I was asking Bly, and he's like, you got to cheese everyone. It's not that hard. Same thing.
Pretty
You know,
much.
Bly does coaching sessions, right? Like it's probably like maybe it will cost you like $100 or so, but I mean that's a good investment.
And I
Right?
think
If you
it's
get
a great
5K in
investment.
return.
I'm all day.
From Bly, I think you would get them for way cheaper, man. He's playing Proxy Tempest for 2 hours for
True. Big true, man.
But he said for ZVZ, it's always 12 pool, drone pool.
He changed
Yeah,
his
sure,
plan,
but
by the
like
way.
1 build per matchup, I think you can get Master easy.
Cure changed his plan. He was going to do like gas first and for Helion run by, but now he's not doing that, I think.
What did he see, one?
Well, he's going like gas and barrack gas, so he's not doing the same build he think he was doing. So I don't know, if maybe he's going to play standard. I think he's going to play with barrack versus them.
Lambo, how do you feel about like the quick 3-hatch opener nowadays? It's kind of fallen a little bit out of fashion, I guess, because of like the SCV block and all that.
Yeah, so if there's an SCV coming, you cannot do the third edge before the Reaper arrives. Otherwise, you can, obviously. Usually what you do if the Reaper arrives...
Oh, wow.
Raynor is such a legend.
That's very big, actually, because now you can get the first couple of creep tumors completely uncontested, which is not usual on this patch.
Not only that, you can send your links out as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's gnarly. Not a single... Wait, there's like 1 Marine on the map somewhere.
Yeah,
Terran. So it's a bad day in the early moments of this game for Cure. We see that 1 Marine just patrolling from...
But sending the links like this across the map is so risky, because if he was gas first Helions, he could have had like 2 Helions already out, basically.
Yeah, you don't usually send all 4. I think sending 1 is fine.
1 is okay.
Massive scout, actually. Yeah, he sees everything, though. Like, he sees the timing right there of
right
the
in.
starport.
It's okay. Like
Come on in.
Yeah, timing of the starport, I guess, indicates that he
Yeah.
doesn't go for the 3rd CC immediately.
Yeah. So, and he's also going for over speed after link speed, which is pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, he saw that there was no... that there was a second Marine, which means it's already not possible anymore to go for direct Cloak Banshee, which obviously also isn't that common exactly on this map. And now that the Starport is making its own tech lab, and we already see the Fusion Core, we know it's going to be a BC opening, something that Cure also did against the Laser in their game. In this one, he went for it.
Oh, doesn't quite get in.
So, like, real quick, right? Special, how do you feel about BC openers right now? You think it's good?
It's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's almost same, no? Little bit worse, not much. I mean, obviously the bug is not fun, but
Yeah.
other than that, I think it's fine.
Okay. Well, it will be scouted immediately right
Good
here by
scout.
Raynor.
It's a good scout with that speed overlord.
Yeah.
And what are you thinking right now, Lambo? If you're in Raynor's shoes and you've had perfect info and you've denied that Reaper, what's going through your head right now?
I think you're just going to make queens and possibly a Roach Warren to spread out the creep, and then you want at least 7 or 8 queens and get delayed Spore Crawlers. It's very important to know that it's not an early Liberator or anything, so he doesn't make the spores too early, because the BC obviously takes quite some time to build.
Like 5 minutes? Or?
Yeah. Since this
Is it really?
Yeah, this is like
That's crazy.
5 minutes Spore Crawlers.
Yeah, I usually got like 4:30 against like Liberator or Banshee.
Yeah, a little
But
bit
the base-
earlier.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Display.
Cute play there, shooting the Hellion to kill the Creep Tumor that he saw go down. There's that 3rd command center, of course.
There's no Roach one by Raynor and no Lair actually. So
He's just droning.
this Yamato play is actually good against this, because the Lair is late.
Does he have double Evo going already?
No. He
No,
used
he-
delayed
No
it.
Lair here.
He's using his minerals for a lot of queens, so he wants to be able to split up his queens. If you skip the Roach Warren, you need at least 5 queens at the front against the Hellions, plus a potential like BC that blinks in. and then at least 3 or 4 in the main base in case of the...
Can we take a look at the Hellions? Because I feel he's gonna run by them. I don't know. I have a feeling. I just feel it. You know, it's tingling.
It's the special
Yeah.
there's a lot of links though. Like a
special
lot.
tactics.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
If he gets this around,
Yeah, I had a
there are
feeling, man.
tons of Zerglings. In the meantime, though, we just see
Oh,
the
that was a
Battle
good
Cruiser.
shots by the Hellions.
Good micro. Very good micro.
Really
Oh,
nice
that was
done.
really bad for
Every
Raynor.
Really bad for
Zergling
Raynor.
dies, and suddenly Raynor finds himself in a little bit of trouble. Tries to micro with some Evo chamber and some drone movement, but it's not going too well. So many drones getting roasted as we see that worker supply dipping down below 50.
Yeah.
Very good play. Because if you guys notice, he teleported the Battle Cruiser and he saw all the queens
Yeah.
chasing the BC. So that's when he decided to run by.
This is exactly what I talked about
Uh-oh.
earlier, why you usually want roaches against this. Because you need a lot of the queens against the battle cruisers. So if you don't go for roach when you do need a lot of queens, so you can still have some at the front to deny the Hellion harassment. This one will go down for sure, which is very big.
Very, very. I think that it kind of equalizes what happened earlier. But if this was more damage, it would be good for
He's
Cure.
got no way to deal with the Hellions, though.
Yeah, the Arctic Queen.
Yeah, until those boys
There's a
show up.
lot of
That's a lot of
queens.
queens. Queens are pretty good.
Those are mini hydras, you know?
Yeah.
He's been
So he's-
droning. He's been droning ever since. Like, he lost all the
Sort of mega
Zerglings, and he
hydras.
didn't actually make any more.
Yeah, by the way, the style that Raynor is going for, I talked with him about it. This is specifically just because we can abuse the BC bug. Because otherwise, just going for Hydra into Hive
Ah,
for like
Oh,
Vipers is not
you
really
missed me?
possible.
he
That
just
a
out of the
mistake?
4.
I guess that's a mistake.
Yeah, that's a mistake for sure.
So is this enough damage, is my question. Is the Terran player...
Yeah, I think Terran is not bad because he kills so many worlds.
Oh,
at the
if he
beginning.
loses the second beast,
Nah, it's not gonna
that would
die.
be
Don't
awful.
worry about it. They have good range, but not that big, you know?
Yeah, also
They need
armor
more
on the
range.
BCs as
They
well.
need more range, right?
They
Yeah,
do need
probably.
more range. I agree. Loco.
A little more range, a little more damage.
Should turn that to your Thermal, see what he thinks about that.
Like 10 anti-air range or something like that.
So he's still making an RBC, so I think he's gonna go up to 2. He would have gone up to 3 normally, but I
Yeah.
think up to 2 is gonna be the case. This is very good back here, by the way. He's killing 2 queens for free.
Yeah, Cure is doing way more damage with the Hellions.
This is
than
because
the,
there's no roaches.
Yeah,
I don't like no roach race.
I honestly disagree with the no roach play either. The reason for this is just because you wanted to go so many queens and then for a very, very quick Hive, for Vipers,
Yeah.
to then abduct the BCs. But because of the drone damage he took, the Hive is already a lot later than usual, and now he's just making... He's just now starting it, which 750 might not seem late at all, but for what
Very
he's
late.
doing, which is not investing any gas into roaches or banelings,
The Hive
it's still
armor.
pretty late.
So Terran's in a good spot. 72 workers
Yeah.
to 65. Supplies are basically even. I think normally I would expect Zerg to be up in supply at this stage of the game. Army supply is exactly the same.
Well,
What do you think, Juan?
he's not making roaches, so being down supply is not that uncommon, I guess.
Yeah, I think it depends a little bit on the Hellion count and the roach count, stuff like that.
So we've been seeing a lot of mech play in general at this event so far.
Yeah.
I'm assuming here that Raynor will probably go for like Hydra, Lurker, Viper, which is what we've been
Yes.
seeing a lot. How do you guys feel about like mech versus bio in general right now? Do you think mech is much better?
I think it depends on the map, honestly. It's still the same thing. It just depends
Okay.
on the map, for me
Yeah.
at least.
I agree. I think on this map, mech is better for sure. I think this is one of the worst
Yeah.
maps for bio.
There's so many like narrow chokes and stuff where mech can just like post
It's
up.
just too big also.
And it's also, you can take a lot of expansions, which is usually
Oh.
good for Zerg against bio, but it's very good for Terran.
He was actually target firing down one of his own creep
Yeah.
streamers there. It took a lot of damage because of it.
Oh, this is very nice. Very,
Even
very
in
nice.
the main
And
base.
he sees the hype timing, so...
Yeah.
Still
So
making BCs, right?
there's only Hydras, right? Like Hydras are really not that great against these VCs.
But
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
enough of them here to
still not.
force him to kind of.
They're really bad though. They're honestly-
they're
Yeah.
terrible, but they're still enough.
I've fed a lot of Hydralists to better people in the past. It hurts.
I mean, that's what I was talking about. Usually you can't play this style because the BCs can go in, kill 5 Hydras, and then blink back.
Like, you
But
need
now with the
abduct.
Vipers, you can just abduct them and
But,
the
like, I
teleport
still
doesn't
think
kill them.
why this is not good, because Tank's still gonna destroy this. Right?
Um,
I feel he's gonna do a timing with like once it's max.
Yeah,
How's he gonna stop that?
I think what is supposed to happen is that you could have Vipers before the Terran is even maxed, or when they still have a lot of Aliens, and then you start trading on the other side of the map with abducts. I think right now, Raynor is just a little bit further behind than he usually would be in a game where he plays, a perfect early game. Like, he lost so many drones against the Alien run by, which wasn't supposed to happen.
You're,
if you go
you're
for
going
the-
to 8 factories. This is a very good play.
Yeah, I'm all with Lambo on this one. I think that what Raynor needs to do is he needs to get lurkers out. He needs to get a couple of Vipers on the field.
Are
He needs to
Lucas really
play
that
slow.
good against Mecha? I'm not even sure.
No, you need them against the Aliens if you play this style because you have no Roach.
Yeah, but
So just a couple. At first, usually you want to get the Vipers as early as possible.
Okay.
That's what you spend your gas on. And then while you already have the Vipers, you can start investing in a couple of Lurkers. They're just very, very supply efficient counter to Hellions. Otherwise, the Hellions can jump on the Hydras.
like this?
Yeah, like this. which is usually always a good trade for the Terran. Now here come the 3 BCs.
Now, there are 3 Spore Crawlers set up in the main base as well.
Where
there were.
Vipers?
The Vipers will probably be coming up here.
I don't like those Yamato. I think they're kind of weak.
He
think
needs
he
to blink already. He needs
yeah,
to
he
blink.
needs to
Okay,
jump.
well, those are...
Okay. So, what Lembo brought up earlier during the cast as well is a bug that's currently present on the Battlecruiser. For those of you curious, essentially if you have tactical jump off cooldown and you get abducted at any point whatsoever by a Viper, the tactical jump goes on cooldown. So this is definitely not intended.
Sounds balanced.
Yeah, no, that's actually it's actually really bad right here though for Cure. Like maybe he wants to continue producing Battlecruisers here, just because he's already seen Vipers. Like you can't.
Yeah, he stopped after 3 Battlecruisers.
Three
It's the
is
same
like
that he
the
played
sweet
against
number you want.
Yeah. And I think usually as Terran you just want to expand very fast and max out on a tank army if you see Hydra Viper Lurker.
Yeah.
If you see the Broodlords, you want to go for a Thor timing. But since there are no Broodlords, he's not really on a timer. So as long as he has this concave with the tanks, he's always going to get some shots.
Oh, wow. Those are really powerful abducts. Another tank's going to go down here.
Yeah, but that was not that bad actually for Terran, I think. At the same time, on the other side of the map, 12, 13 drones, 15 drones going down.
The Eco Raynor, though, is pretty strong at this point. He's got
he remakes
up
them.
past 80 drones.
Yeah,
right?
you just remake them right away.
17 more. Oh my goodness, maybe overdroning.
Nah,
This can turn into
you can
spores.
go 100 drones, totally fine.
Yeah, why not?
So he's making Liberator range. So I assume he has 3 starports already. And he's getting 3 attack on the mech weapons. So I think Cure is in a good position because I think he also has a lot of command centers already. And it's up to 8 factories. So his production is off the charts.
This feels like this might slow down a little bit. Just
Oh, what
turn
was
into
this?
Kind of a campy.
What
Why-
the hell?
Why?
Yeah, what the What? He could have killed so many, I think, if he used Mike.
Yeah.
Maybe I misclicked. Maybe he hit a button.
Maybe he thought he got
Oh,
the
here,
upgrade.
here we go. Yeah, this is what Cure was waiting for. Now he's finally maxed out with not that much in production anymore, and now he can slowly siege forward with the Vikings as well. So
Yeah,
either
very
you
good.
try to abduct the Vikings, or you try to abduct the tanks where your Vipers are gonna die. So
Why are there no Ravens in this army?
Nah, can't.
No? But why?
You need like a tech level the starport, right? And it doesn't really do anything.
So it's good to just scan everything.
Yeah, it's way better. So he has those 3 Thors are very important too because they're quite good against Vipers.
Oh wow, he actually got some really good shot right there on the lurkers.
Why is that Okra on the way by itself, by the way? Is
that's a
the-
lurker borrow speed.
Okay, so he already has the range.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, those were
course.
really good attacks. The
Yeah.
Vikings were a little bit out of position there. Oh, he needs to go out of range of the tanks though.
He actually smashes most of his army.
Yeah,
I really think
Ah.
Raynor should have backed off after the first couple of abducts. That's also the problem if you abduct Thors, more than one.
They don't really die.
Yeah. You need to shoot them for so long that the tanks already start sieging and shooting once or twice. At that point, it's usually a better trade for the Terran.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I don't know if this lurker thing is good.
How
against
many
tanks.
Vipers do you go if you're Zerk Like he's adding on 3 more.
He made like 6 already. So
Yeah, you go up to like 10 Vipers.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you try to
Oh,
go
here
for
we
the
go.
direct engagement, you only want to have like 4, which is what he's doing right now. Oh, he has a
Oh,
really nice
wow.
concave.
Raynor
There's
was-
nothing to tank
Yeah.
for Terran.
Committing to a huge attack, and he's just going to roll right through this Terran army, picking up every single siege tank.
I
all
take
the
it back.
Thors.
Hydras are good. I
Yeah,
take it
Hydras
back.
are really good.
I take it back.
87 army supply to 114. These battle cruisers are going to try to poke into the back and do a little bit of damage, but really it looks like the defenses of Raynor are shored up and strong. So
I think all the Vipers fell though, right? Like those Vikings and then the Banshees, they immediately shot them out of the sky. That's actually
I
pretty
think there was only
expensive
3
to
Vipers there. I think he already had more Vipers out. Can we check the
Okay,
Viper
okay.
count?
How many
right now?
Vipers are there right now?
Yeah,
So there's
5.
2 in production and yeah.
what about
Seven
units
total.
lost? Let's look at resources lost.
Actually, no,
well,
it's
that's
5 in
okay.
total. Like the 2 in production just finished as we switched that.
Like if the bug wasn't current, these 2 pieces would still be alive. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you wouldn't play this style
Wow.
against PC.
What an even game. 6 Vipers have gone down this whole game, but for the most
So-
part,
So what would have happened if they patched it secretly?
Then we would have been fucked.
The whole bottom left hand side of the map though has been taken here by Cure, pretty much uncontested. Seems like Raynor is always the one who's really active in denying that and doing lots of run-bys and stuff. I feel like that would be a bit of an issue, right? Like the longer this goes. Like
what's
Cure-
Raynor's vision? Does he even know? Has he checked? There's no way.
No, he didn't check, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it's very hard if you start
No,
putting a run
there's
by to the
no
bottom. I
way.
think the Terran gets to the middle of the map for free.
Right.
So it's usually with this Hydra Viper army, you want to have most of your army together
Wow.
to abduct units.
So what does Zerg want to do? Just win one big fight and then just go push and kill the main base?
No, I think it's the opposite actually. I think you just try to abduct units one by one, preferably every single time the Vikings are out of position or a Thor like doesn't have vision already for max range shot against the Vipers. that kind of stuff.
So
Oh,
long,
now he has
so-
Liberators. This is huge. Yeah. They are very good, like, against this kind of armies. Because you have to abduct the Liberators so that they can start shooting everything.
Yeah. Liberators are surprisingly tanky.
Yeah, they're pretty tanky. With the armor upgrade especially.
Yeah.
Air tank.
Air tank. Nope.
All right, so here we go.
Oh, and now Cure can push for sure.
Yeah, he should be pushing. There we
Yeah,
go.
that's exactly what he does.
He is pushing. It doesn't look like there's enough down here at this
He
Zerg
doesn't
base.
have Vipers though. Like these Vipers can abduct into the range right there of the lurkers, but he actually moved forward a little bit too far.
And look, they abducted, he abducted, but not died.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this looks tough. Are those Hydras still doing damage on the left side of the map? It looks like Zerg's definitely going to lose this base, but at the same time,
Oh, he is taking out 2 bases, so I think Rainer should give up the middle base and start expanding one more to the top, and then maybe try to nag the very top base that was upper place.
oh, and a Nidus going down in the main. If he can take out the production of Cure, then that could be a really difficult thing.
And this first Nidus is usually always the scariest, because that's usually the one
That's
where
hard to
Terran-
see,
that is very hard, because you need to randomly look at the minimap
Yeah.
and see that dot.
So all of the production, obviously, of Terran right now is inside of that main base, or at the very least the vast majority of it.
Oh, but the Nidus is here.
Yeah.
But
I
maybe
don't
the
think he
Nidus
put
would-
anything in there. I think it would have been too
okay.
risky.
In the meantime, is counter-attacking towards the top section of the
Yeah,
map too.
I
So
like
he
that a
lost
lot.
one base,
So-
but he killed like 3.
Yeah, Raynor's lost all of his eco. Is he
But
mining anywhere now?
The question is, can Rainer ever kill this army?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
look at the position of the army. Oh, he has some Corruptors. Is he got some Brothers in the way? Like maybe some Great Spider? Or no?
I think he can kill this army. It's just going to take some time. He's got to keep the Vipers alive, and he's got to slowly chip away, like you were
He
talking
has no Great Spider,
Oh.
so those
I
Corruptors
think
are quite
I think all
useless.
the Vipers just got picked off. Like the Thors absolutely
Yes.
nilled
They
them.
literally all dead.
Yeah. The Thors are
There's
attacked
still
so
18
fast.
tanks. There's nothing in Rainer's army like
Oh.
18 tanks, if they're sieged, of course.
Vipers getting picked off, a couple more tanks going down.
This is a weird spot for Cure though.
Ooh,
He
yeah,
needs to stop rallying
he
his
can't
units, and then he's
reinforce.
fine, I
His
think.
army's stuck, so he's committed with this whole force, and if he loses this whole force, I don't know that he can rebuild it.
But how do you break this as Zerg though?
Yeah, because look, he has a bunch of Corruptors that are completely useless. He has no Great Spider. He comes to
Oh,
fight,
here we
though.
go. Raynor does go for
Full
it. Moves all
surround.
of the lurkers forward. Tries to get the full surround on
Oh,
it.
this
Seems
is
things
gonna
dealing a
work.
lot of damage.
This
But
is going to work. He
Yeah.
cleans it up easily.
Wow.
And Raynor looking very strong here in the later stages of game number 1.
That was actually crucial that he picked off the reinforcements there as well and interrupted Cure's reinforcement path. Otherwise, with like 5 extra tanks, I think this looks very, very different.
You know, Raynor's eco doesn't look that great either, though. He's down to 61 workers. He's oh wow.
Do you know this ability is new?
Yeah, well, no, it's not that new. It came, I think,
it's
in,
only been like 9
HOTS,
years.
right?
Look at this. No, but it's a feature. It kills commands in 1 second.
In 1
Great.
second.
It's actually crazy though. After like 5 seconds, it like quadruples.
120 army supply against 129. Terran's standing army still very strong, but Raynor's done a great job defending and aggressing throughout this whole game. One little lurker.
You don't use that word often enough. Aggressing. Like we use defending all the time, but aggressing is
You
great.
got to bust it out once in a while.
good.
I remember back in the day, every time you would play against mech, all you wanted to do was trade, a little bit poorly, and then you would be fine. But right now in Legacy of the Void, mech players expand very, very fast. So usually you mine about the same as the mech Tyrant player. So right now, even though the resources lost is even, which usually favors Zerg, right now it's completely fine for Cure as well. It all will come down to the next couple of engagements. If Cure gets into a good position,
Nice
he's
run by.
fit.
Yep. One more cheeky 3 blue flame Hellion run by.
Boom. Ooh. That was a good one. 8 workers died.
Yep.
Oh, watch out, watch out.
10 workers.
Effective. 54 drones left for Raynor. We see him trying
Yeah,
to
like
add a few more.
Raynor economy is complete garbage. And
Yeah.
I don't know his Viper count.
He has no Vipers, right?
I think
He
That's
has
3, yeah.
Okay, he did.
like, that's not
remake
that
a
many
couple.
anymore.
Yeah, they get shot out of the sky instantly by the
I don't know if you can check, but I think Cure has a lot of orbital commands.
There's
Oh.
7 Thors, guys.
There's no planetary here though, so I think this base is just gonna go down.
The whole army of Terran is also out on the map, so there's just nothing back home to defend these.
Yeah, I don't like this move out by Cure. I feel like going to the bottom side of the map is completely irrelevant for Zerg. Like, even if he kills this base again, this base for Cure is way more important than this bottom base is for Raynor.
Every Viper kill here, though, is massive. He actually does move forward. Once again, one of the Vipers goes down. Second Viper also taking a lot of damage. Does get picked off, too, but with the floor of the... one of the Thors also dies.
Oh, this is kind of crazy. 139 army supply to 114. Not quite a base trade, but both these guys taking a lot of damage.
I would really like to know the Cure's how many orbitals he has, because
Apparently infinity because he just landed
it's
another.
very important to know. Because if he has
I
like,
think he has
5
like 5.
still, how many he has?
6.
6. Like I think he's in a good position, honestly, just because he has so many orbitals.
Don't you think he's making a couple too many Thors? I feel like you want more tanks again.
I think he's
no?
expecting Broodlords. because he sees so many Corruptors.
Yeah, but the Zergs right now are afraid to make Broodlords against this.
Yeah,
Let me tell you that
you
much.
know that. Imagine they make them, you have no torch, you're dead.
Yeah, but he already has like 10.
I don't know. I think it's not that bad because they're so tanky anyway.
They are very tanky, that's true. But you can only really use it if you have tanks pushing at the same time, right? And liberate your sieging up.
Like, Infestors are going to be much harder to use here with Neural against Thors. That's like the first thing that goes through my mind when I see like a bunch of Thors walking the map, like Infestors with Neural. But since the range got reduced a little,
He also still has tanks, right? He always moving tanks with Thors, not Thors by himself. Papator is not that strong.
Besides this guy.
Once upon a time, Hydra is once again going to try to deny a base. This time they will be thwarted. As we see that whole Zerg army meeting up in the middle of the map, trying to find an opening. I cannot believe Kira is continuing to push out like this. It feels so risky.
I think it's not that bad because look at the economy-wise. I think he's ahead. So he's just trying to keep Zerg be less economy while he established that base.
Is he just adding on Corruptors here to like take shots instead of the Vipers?
I think
that's kind of what
the
it
same
feels like they are doing.
It's to kill
I
the
think he wants to
Liberators.
kill the Liberators, honestly.
That's the only, like the Hydras don't really kill them because they will get in fire of the tanks.
I think it's time to just go with most of your army, everything besides maybe the Lurkers, to kill the bottom side of the Kira's force.
Risky push right here, though. That Planetary Fortress does fall immediately. This is actually a really important like segment of the Terran base.
This is messy.
Hydras.
Hydra's caught in the middle of the map. They are going to get pulled back before too many go, or even any go down. Ultimately a little bit uneventful there. One base, but it was a mined out base.
Only a couple of, like, only three.
Well, I don't know if this is good for Raynor, man.
No, that's not enough.
Nah, he just needs to wait for the Vipers. But once he has the Vipers, like 2-3 Blinding Clouds, he can neck this army.
Very, very close game right now. 140 army supply both ways. 3-3 upgrades are done for our Zerg player. We see 3 attack.
I can't believe we're watching multitasking mech armies go everywhere.
You can do that?
Apparently, look
Apparently,
at
and he's attacking. He's two-pronged
You can
attack.
split up mech armies?
He's playing like Bio. Look at it.
This is pretty sick, honestly. And like this bottom army is not only denying the space, but also Cure got the expansions at the bottom again.
What is this? What is this move command?
I think it was a good trade for Terran, believe it or
Huge
not.
blinding clouds, though, and that's going to clean up the entire Terran force down here.
In the meantime, the top right-hand corner, that Zerg base is certainly going to be picked off.
Very important Zerg base, one of the last mining Zerg bases, because Cure's done such a good job denying the bottom half of the map.
Look at him. He's macroing like a beast. He's making 3 more command centers. He's never sleeping. He's always taking base really, really fast. This is the fastest I've seen someone take base as a Terran, to be honest. Playing mech. He's playing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, suddenly I feel like Raynor's in quite a bit of trouble. These Hydras, though, finding these new command centers, that's going to be a little bit painful.
Yeah, Raynor is completely broke at this point. This is the last extra Vipers he's going to make pretty much. So if he loses them, there's no going back. And he's not watching his army right now. They're not losing that much. Lurkers are very fast, especially on creep with the upgrade.
Yeah, pulls back out of range, burrows those Lurkers, and continues to try and hold the center of the map. Nice abducts there. Going to pick off a couple of Thors.
10 range is so long.
Yeah, the Lurkers become quite the siege.
Yeah. 13 is more than 10.
Yeah, but the tanks are.
Still, I kind of like the way Raynor is fighting this. He's being as efficient as he can be. Loses a lot of Vipers throughout the game, but he's getting his abducts. He's chipping away at that Terran army. 64 workers to 37. Raynor is so broke right now.
Yeah, at this point, every time he goes forward and he kills a Thor with a Viper, it's not worth it anymore for Raynor. He cannot replace the Vipers, whereas Cure is mining just as well as he did pretty much throughout the entire mid game because he has a lot of income here.
Man, that graphic really tells the story. Huge
Yeah, look at Cure is on like 36 workers, and Cure is on the double workers, and like, sorry, I bring it up again. We have like 7 command centers, so it's lots of yellow boys.
Yeah, just
Look at the double PF defense. Let's go.
You're like, that's a little bit overkill, to be honest.
Couple more abducts. Going to see a Thor and a tank go down. Raynor's hanging in there, but supply, Luca the supply, as Johan would say. 184 to 153, 120 army to 112. Terran pulling ahead in army supply for, I think, the first time in the game.
Yeah, and here comes a new hit squad at the bottom of the map. Again, splitting up his army. Trying to pressure Raynor from both sides. It's so hard at this point
Right.
for Zerg to split up your army.
Two-pronged mech attack happening, pincering the Zerg player. And those mech units are pretty good.
Yeah, I think what Special was saying earlier is 100% correct. Like, the super fast expanding constantly. Yakura has been taking the top section and the bottom left all the time. And he's also, like, splitting up this army, right? Like, that's huge. That's not something we see all too often. Well played game there. GG. Cure wins game number 1.
Yeah, it's a great game. It was a slugfest. I think both players putting up a heck of a show, but Cure ultimately...
Cure is so good.
He's so good. A little bit more resilient than our boy Raynor, who's going to have to rethink his game plan as we get ready for game number 2.
Yeah, you know, usually the thing is, mech Terrans, especially when they go for Cyclones, can expand very, very fast. But Cure did it very strategically, just with tank armies and good army movement. Like he split up his army so he could expand to both ways, and he constantly took good fights because he knew, okay, as long as my tanks shoot every time he abducts, it's still going to be fine for me, as long as I have like a nice concave of tanks, which happen quite often in these engagements.
So if you're Zerg here, right, what do you do differently? Because I really feel like, he did a really good job like taking most of the engagements and stuff. Do you think it's primarily just the denying of bases, like maybe Zergling run-bys or something along those lines?
Yeah, you can't really kill bases as efficiently with Hydra Lurker. Like, you need to send a lot of supply. I think maybe the next game, if Cure is going to play similar, maybe we're going to try Swarmost or something.
Right.
I gotta think that Raynor messed up a little bit by not like scouting well enough and allowing Terran to so easily take like the entire bottom half of the map. Like Cure's eco was so huge, and Raynor just kind of let it get there and never was effective at like clawing it back, shutting.
Yeah, it's very hard. Maybe he could do the same, but on Nidus some lurkers maybe to kill bases.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds
like that first Nidus was a pretty cool thought, but then after he lost it, he never rebuilt it. Just gave up on it altogether. That would have really given him a lot more flexibility in how he could attack and move around the map.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. Obviously, you spoke about Broodlords. I do think that Broodlords can still be somewhat effective, but I think you need to be already in a very nice position as Zerg. So maybe you do the same. Obviously, we need to also talk about the early game, the Hellion run by. I think Raynor was already a little bit behind, so maybe if he plays the early game better, he will feel like if he does the same thing, he's going to maybe succeed. There's obviously also Swarmost as well as a different style.
Yeah, no, I think if he wouldn't have lost all those drones, like the whole follow-up is going to be much weaker, obviously. Like the whole bottom left.
You gotta take in mind that he also lost a BC, so it's not like he didn't kill anything.
True.
The BC is losing the first BC is very huge.
Those stores are sick. I'm really liking this like lurker playstyle in general, though. Like it's something we haven't really seen too much in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels kind of Brood War-esque.
I mean, I also think you made a couple too many lurkers, to be honest. I think you mainly want to trade with the Hydra Viper, and then the lurkers are anti-Hellion. There weren't even that many Hellions anymore.
Looks like game number 2 is on the way, gentlemen. Raynor versus Cure as we move into Thunderbird. And down in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, our BlizzCon runner-up, the green Zerg player, is Raynor.
Playing an amazing game number 1, the Red Terran player from South Korea, we have Cure.
So Lambo, you know Raynor pretty well, and as we were getting into that game, we were looking at his face. He's just kind of like nodding his head, obviously like, thinking about everything. Like, what's going through his head right now? Do you feel like he's a little rattled after that first game, or is he just going to bounce back and be just as strong as ever?
I think he sometimes gets rattled if his opponents do something that we would think is stupid. So, for example, if we're playing against Korean Zergs and they beat us with an all-in, and we're like, this would have been so easy to hold if I just did X or Y. But I think Cure just played pretty solid straight up. So I think Raynor expects it. I think he knows the mistakes that he made, and he's just going to look forward to fixing these couple of mistakes and then play his game.
But I think also that playstyle is pretty map dependent, as I say. I think it's very good on that map because the reasons we mentioned, that he was expanding a lot, and it's quite easy to not to defend but to expand rapidly and try to deny other people's expansions. I'm not sure if he's going to do the same in this map, to be honest. Cure is the kind of player that likes to mix stuff up, and he can definitely play Bio pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw him play Bio on this map, specifically against Solar as well. I know you can go for the Korean, maybe 1 gas, 3cc with the 2 barracks. It's pretty common on this map.
Yeah.
Like factory third?
Yeah. Well, no starport. Starport more late.
Well, yeah.
I'm actually expecting that build.
I mean, like in between, like the starport and the factory.
I'm expecting that build because he's actually the one that made this build, and he's the best one at using it too. He's really, really good at doing this build, and it's really strong at this map, I think, especially when he does it.
Yeah.
Because he knows the follow-ups correctly.
And there is no second gas on the way already for Cure, so it's looking pretty much like it.
To be honest, he always spams it on this map, that build. He always does it.
Yep. A little bit of a Reaper harass here in the early game as we see Cure getting his good scout. Not going to lose that Reaper this time as early as he did in game number 1.
Yeah, that was not very good.
Yeah, so there you go. Indeed, the build that you were talking about earlier. Really quick third command center.
Does that suggest Bio?
No, you could still play mech of this.
Yeah, it's just a map, right? Like Thunderbird just allows you to take the third base a little bit easier.
I also don't think this is that good with mech. Like with mech, you would make maybe 8 Italians right away. Still?
No, you can still.
Yeah, he's starting up the second barracks though. So that will be Bio.
Okay. So yeah, this is the build that is his best build on this map. Every time I see Cure play on this map, I see this build. So if I was Raynor and did a little research, he should know this is happening, but I don't think he did, honestly.
So if you know this is happening, Juan, what do you suggest the Zerg player does? Like Nestling, Bane,
two Evo Chamber is very good. It's before Bane is speed.
Upgrades.
Yeah, but he didn't play overspeed, so he will not know for 100%. So he will most likely play bending speed.
I think he will have it in mind though. I think I talked with Rainier a lot while he was in Korea about this specific build because it was the most common one on Korea, on the ladder, and they always went for this. It's like a double medevac drop at arriving around 5:30 already, which is very early for being a 3cc opening. And then as a follow-up, you push with the tanks. You try to keep the Zerg from getting creep swept past the rocks at the fourth base.
Yeah.
Rainier did not scout this. But as I said, I'm pretty sure this build is very, very standard. Not only in Korea, even Europeans play it at this point. So I think Rainier can expect it. And we try to theory craft. If you go double upgrade before bending speed, you don't have bending speed in time for the tank push quite in time. But if you go bending speed, you don't have pawn one. So it's like a trade-off.
Yeah.
I think if you don't go bending speed, you should try to engage before the tanks siege up, and then you should be fine. But
what did that Link see? Did he see both barracks?
He's submarine, so he should
knows,
be fine.
right? He knows at this point.
Yeah, he's
he
already
knows for sure.
He has not there, though. Why is he not there? Can you explain?
Do you go double upgrades before this, is there?
He has nothing. What's going on?
He's making drones and chilling.
no, this is the perfect timing actually to start 1-1 right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't play Zerg, so
You got 200 gas, right? 200 gas, you mine 50 while the Evos are building.
Yeah, I think you mine 70 while the Evos are building with one guess.
Cheeky little Reaper harass. These speedlings will shut it down. This is going to be the end of the Reaper. He's stuck around for a good while.
So usually this is a pretty greedy style from Zerg, but against bio openers in particular, you can definitely pull this kind of thing off. He basically is now prioritizing upgrades, so +1 carapace already coming up. He's going to go +1 melee now too. So that does mean he can go straight into the 2-2 as well.
Man, you guys are so good at StarCraft. This is exactly what y'all said was going to happen.
If these rocks go down, by the way, it's very huge.
This is very, very big. Cure needs to arrive here. I'm actually very surprised he doesn't have the Hellions here to begin with.
Or a Reaper.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, he lost the Reaper. This is actually very, very bad for Cure, I think.
Oh, they didn't kill the Roka.
The first drop in the middle of the map is going to get scouted by these queens, and Kier's going to be pushed back for now. Creep Tumor is being
Oh, he's actually going mines directly, so he's doing the other variation of the build, which is he's going to make the second factory before the 45 barrack, and he will make the fastest mine drop you've ever seen in your life. Yes, see, there's a second factory.
Yeah.
He likes this as well.
It's very good, especially also against what Rainier is doing, right? Which is pure link bane so far. Very, very late baneling speed, and also a very, very late layer. I mean,
I don't think he's got a bailing nest at all yet. Like he needs to start one up.
Yeah,
if he wants
usually
to
you
go
start
bailing
it if the layer is like at third weight.
Did I read that right?
Maybe.
Oh no, I thought that was in production. I was like, holy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's actually a little late right now on the bailing nest, but we'll see if he's.
Oh, this is big. There is a lot of position, man. They all set him up, so he killed the queen. That's good, and he killed the creep.
Still no bailing nest.
And he's gonna get out of there.
Yeah.
Do you think this is like starting to become an issue? Though?
Honestly, I think
that bailing speed.
He tried to blind counter the 2 tank thing, but he's not going to tank. So I think Cure can roll him over very, very soon. And I'm not, like, if he goes together with 6 medevacs, how the hell he ever stops it? He has no bailing nest.
He expected the tank thing for sure, I think. But missing the bailing nest is a mistake. I do not think that was on purpose at all. Like I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to start making bailing speed and realize pretty soon. There's no way you play Ling Hydra.
Not a thing.
Yeah, Ling Hydra Queen against like large Terran armies is not a very good idea. Okay, so +1/+1 does finish here.
Honestly, like if he goes
still no bailing nest. +2/+2 immediately.
Yep.
He goes together with 6 medevac, he just dies.
Maybe he just wants to go Lurker right away.
Is he gonna go for a fast high?
I think maybe Lurker and Hive.
Like he should have realized by now, right? No,
yeah, he would have made bailing. I think he knows he does.
Yeah, Lurker.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is new, and this is actually very good against.
Oh. So wait, he actually canceled the infestation pin and went Lurker Din instead. Okay.
Yeah.
He made the bailing nest.
This is new? Why is this new? What makes this new?
Because the Lurker, it builds faster now, and it actually has 10 range, which is very good in late game.
But is it going to be done here in time, though? I mean, the push is
well,
I don't think it's a direct push with everything. Usually if you play like this as turn, you drop one side and then the other side.
Oh, this is big, actually. Just killing a couple Marines here really helps.
It slows down the aggression from Cure, who... I guess in the same way that we're questioning Raynor's like tech choices, Cure hasn't really committed to any kind of aggression anywhere on the map. He's just taking his time. He doesn't know there's no bailing nest necessarily.
Yeah, he obviously doesn't know about the bailing nest, as you said, and I think this is pretty standard for a Thunderbird. I think on Thunderbird, it's relatively easy to deny creep spread usually, especially if the rocks don't go down early. And then you kind of play for that and start attacking a little bit later on, if you get the creep control in the middle.
Raynor's done a good job, though, of like continuing to put down tumors and just keep those queens active.
He's actually making a tank. Did he scout the Hydra?
Yeah, he just saw the Hydra. So he likes to swap and start making tanks. So he's probably not gonna make any more mines. So he's probably doing some mine drop somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
So still no fourth base. Like he started it up obviously, Terran that is, but he has not gotten it on the low ground yet. It feels a little late to me. What do you guys think?
I think it's normal time.
Yeah, pretty normal.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not late. It's normal. Not super fast, just normal. So that's a mine drop, by the way. Those three are, yeah, here we go. Let's see how much he gets. Because there's no sport, actually. And those are invincible. There's double mine drop. Is it?
No,
I'm blind.
Oh, here we go. They do burrow right now inside of the mineral line. No response whatsoever from Reynor.
He gets a couple.
11 workers down.
He gets a couple.
And he remakes them immediately. It feels so pointless, right, when you're playing Terran at this point?
It is.
Like,
Yeah,
you
we know
kill
that.
like 15 drones, whatever.
Well, can you repeat what you say? It feels so what?
It feels so pointless
To do what?
to like kill those drones.
No, you say to play Terran.
No, no. I said S-Terran.
No, you say to play Terran.
Okay, sure.
Oh,
we go.
this mine is reloading as well.
Down.
Another 4 drones down. I mean, that's still, even if he just remakes the drones, this,
wow.
this-
Oh, okay. Well, this feels a little bit less.
so that was like 20 drones now. So that's like 1k minerals for Zerg plus the mining time that's lost. Obviously, you can remake them as Zerg, but it's still relatively expensive for this stage of the game.
Did he not see that mine? He doesn't realize it's still there. So he's going to lose more drones.
I think he's gonna. I think this is maybe gonna shift like these links into overs here.
I don't know if he realizes there's still one over there. He should probably check.
Uh,
A couple of units apparently died in the center. He is going to get this one just barely in time.
I like that Curious transitioning into Liberators. I think it's the correct play against
Definitely
this
correct.
style.
Can you really push as like a bio player right now
No.
into lurkers?
No,
no way.
No
I
way,
don't
right?
think so.
No, I don't have enough experience to comment on
I think you make Vipers and you just come from multiplying this and you're just
Ah.
gonna kill the Terran army. That was a little bit slow by Cure.
And I actually never play against lurkers. Because I didn't play this patch that much, so I have no comment. Lambo is the expert here.
I am actually not. I played my first game of Lurkers in this tournament against Clem.
Did it work?
Yeah, I won. I won.
Usually, Zerg, no practice still works.
It did, but only because he only made mines, and then I made like a late game switch. I made like 14 Lurkers at once. He had 0 tanks. That was
I
fantastic.
see, I see.
Brief little pause in the action as Reynor had to fix a hotkey, take a little break. Mapu holding it down like a boss.
Dude, Mapu has been holding it down the entire week. Our lovely observer, keeping an eye out on everything that's going on. He's been observing, I believe, every single match.
The true hero of Home Story, guys.
Yes.
All these units are already
What
stemmed
the hell?
back
Where did
from
those
the
come
side.
from? That's a huge connection. As Cure's army just kind of disintegrates there, a ton of bio goes down. 122 army supply to 106, but Reynor's got a lot of lings on the map.
Also, Cure doesn't have that much medevac. How many he has?
There were 2 only with this army.
Yeah.
He has 10.
What? Never mind. So why he got 2 with his army?
I don't know where the rest
The
is.
rest were around the map trying to drop, and
Maybe he forgot to rally the starport.
No, because it's been rallying already. This is a good drop.
this feels overextended.
Nice. He has a
1,
medevac
2, 3,
between
4,
1 marine.
5.
All right. So lurkers are going to be fully upgraded here in just a little bit, other than missile upgrades. They are now at the bottom of the ramp where Terran is trying to reinforce from.
And those
The planetary fortress is great, obviously.
Those lurkers are in a nasty position.
wow.
It's really hard for the Terran player to come down that ramp. Scan going down, tanks up on the ramp. We'll push him back finally as Cure sort of retakes that space at the bottom of his natural.
Yeah, I think this is still completely fine for Reynor. The one thing with this style, which is pretty hard, is transitioning into something else because you're spending a lot of gas into the lurkers and the Vipers themselves. So usually you want to go into a high drone count and then start trading. So once the Terran expands, maybe before the planetary is done, you're going to try to attack somewhere.
So what could you transition into? Like, would you go Infestors? or
Broodlord and
Broodlords?
Infestor.
Yeah.
The late game against Bio is still very similar than like
Mostly fungal, I guess?
as it was before. Exactly. Like you wouldn't really use Infested Terran against Liberator Ghost.
Do we not see Ultralisk anymore, and why?
No, ultras are amazing.
You can use ultras,
Mammoths.
especially if you have a tempo advantage. I think it depends a little bit on the map as well. If there's a lot of exposed bases, usually ultras are great. So for example, World of Sleepers, where you can take a lot of bases yourself and you don't really care about trading super efficiently, they're fine. And if you have map control in general, they can be very strong against Bio.
Yeah, so a lot of this game right now comes down to the amount of resources they can gather, right? Like, both players are countering each other. Both players right now have secured 5-6 bases. And it's going to be mostly interesting right now how many run-bys we see and how many bases we can see tonight as well. Like, I don't think this is going to be decided by one big push.
Okay, there's the Medevacs.
Oh, we found it, boys.
Reynor is posted up outside the natural expansion. Is he abducting? Oh, those are Siege tanks.
Those were Siege tanks.
I thought they were Marauders.
I don't know if I like the Widow Mines here.
Why
The
are
Widow
there
Mines
still Widow Mines here?
right.
Yeah, I don't get
Yeah.
why he's not just making tanks, honestly.
No idea.
I think he's done with them. Those are just leftover Widow Mines.
Hmm.
Marauders, Liberators, Marines.
Double Nidus Worm coming up.
Double Spire?
Double Nidus. Oh yeah,
Double
no.
Spire.
Double Spire as well.
Double everything.
I was gonna say, how did you mishear me say that? Those words are nothing alike.
Oh, big engagement out in the middle of the map as a few more of these Marines are going to go down. Those Banelings not trading necessarily efficiently, but cleaning up a lot of bio.
Actually, I don't mind the mines, actually, because he's already making Liberators, which sort of as tanks, you know? With more mines give you more mobility. So you can do stuff like this.
This is a scary drop. These Marines in the back of the main base
there's
with
nothing.
nothing there to defend it.
I mean, yeah, even getting the hype here, obviously.
He's
with
going to
the
lose a
9
lot of tech. This is nasty.
Yeah?
With the 9 Vipers and stuff, yeah.
Oh. Okay, pulls out maybe a little bit.
Yeah, like
Ransom.
I'm feeling Cure's army is starting to get really strong. I don't know how many Liberators he has, but he's gonna push the 4 base at the same time after he drops it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, even the
bio.
5th base.
This game reminds me a lot of the Rainier versus Innovation game from this group stage. It was exactly the same. Rainier had a pretty nice game, and then all of a sudden, once you get maxed out and your army stops becoming better, and the Terran maxes out on like a lot of Liberators, it starts becoming very, very hard. That's why this time he's actually going for the Greater Spy, which he didn't last time, but it's still very, very late.
It does feel like the Terran army is becoming incredibly efficient. Like the 3-3 upgrades are done. His macro is like in full force. He's chipped away at the drone count of Raynor. He's into 67 workers, being outmined once again by the Terran.
Yeah, and this is usually also where it becomes very, very hard for Zerg to expand, because as you can see on the minimap, there is not really many bases that are covered by his natural creep spread, right?
Yeah.
Which usually you want to have creep spread ahead of the base that you're taking.
So when do you add on Ghosts?
I think you should have some. That's some. Like, not many, but some.
I think a couple of Vipers actually just were picked off. Big engagement over here.
I'm not sure. I think this was good for Cure, no? Or I'm tripping.
Hard to say.
There's no tanks and no Liberators left over, so these Lurkers are going to be very good. I feel like maybe Rainier should even keep pushing. There's 2 Nidus Worms. There can't be too much in those Nidus Worms because we see most of the army here and the other rest in the production. So maybe he's just going to rally the 15.
Oh, double Nidus over at the 3rd base right now of Terra, and he's sending like 3 Marines up there, but it's not going to be fast enough.
Yeah, just now he loads up the units into the Nidus.
Ah, so that's the solution, right? Like the units pop out slower, so you just make 2.
Yeah?
Makes perfect sense.
But one, it was.
Oh my god, he's bringing the whole army through the Nidus. We see Hydra's popping out to greet that Liberator.
I thought it was patch. What happened?
That command center might go down.
Okay.
Well, I
That's
mean, it's
3
like 4 times
as
as much as the money right now spent.
Oh, and look at that. 2 more Nidus is going up into the main base, so he can just transition from the ground right up onto into the production line.
This actually really hurts, though, right? Like,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
inside of the main base, so that one will be denied for now. But
And this, by the way, is where Lurkers are so much better than Ling Ben. If you just Nidus with Ling Ben, usually you're going to take bad trades in like the SimCity of the Terran. But with Lurkers, it's actually very, very hard for Terran to take back their own bases.
Yeah, look, he had to steam everything. He has 2 medevacs. That's so bad.
there's only 2
Oh,
Metaverse
he
left
had
over.
no range, man. What the hell
Oh,
are you
wow.
doing,
That's a big
man?
mistake. He had the Fusion Core already for quite some time.
I'm disappointed. I was wondering why it looked so bad, the Liberty. I thought it was really trash, but I guess he just forgot the upgrades.
Yeah.
Costly mistake as we see Lings catching a few more bio units out in the middle of the map. Those medevacs will pick up and get out of there. A little hot pickup achievement unlocked.
Yeah. And with this, like,
That's old school. You got that one in 2010,
Still
man.
got it, boys.
like while all of this is going on, Cure was not on the map. This was the first minute of the game where Cure wasn't trying to drop anything. He wasn't shift-clicking any Liberators to the other side of the map. Rainier could get out the creep spread that I was talking about before. And that's always very, very good for Zerg. Rainier also went back to 78 drones, which is a very, very comfortable worker count. Compared
still
to
making
Cure's
Widow Mines.
66, which is usually fine. But now taking the next place, I think it's going to be very hard for Terran.
But this time it's strong, honestly. I think he has a lot of Liberators, but I don't see that many medevacs. That's my concern. How many medevacs that is? My eyes
Three.
The Terran army looks really scary. That's a lot of bio.
It's
That's
actually
3
just
medevacs.
5. Okay, now it's 8 Liberators. A lot of them.
Yeah. Well, he has 6 defending one
That
item.
Nidus is not going to do much.
I'm actually
Well, there's
very,
2
very...
Nidus. One in the main base, too. At
Ah,
the same
oh,
time,
he's not
you
looking.
have the Terran
Lightning
army
Cloud?
right over
No.
here.
Lurkers will force that bio army to pull back.
He's
Zerg
team everything, man. That's so bad. He has
Lurkers is so
medevacs.
awkward in that scenario, right?
Yeah.
Like, they could have killed everything, but he just walked barely at the last second. At the same time, there's also a push right here over at the Planetary Fortress. That's the 4th base of Cure.
Going to kill a lot of SCVs.
No, I
Actually,
think
fifth,
Cure doesn't
sorry.
have enough against the Lurkers, to be honest.
No, it wasn't 4th.
Like, where are the Liberators? They should stop trying to defend the Nidus Worms and start helping against the Lurkers.
Pulls the
Yeah,
Liberator, but
I
has no
agree.
Hydras there to kill it.
Yeah, he really needs... Like, you cannot engage into 13 Lurkers with a bio army. You need the Liberators and tanks. And since he went for Widow Mines, which is so that the Zerg can't run into him, and that's also a good harassment tool. But the only thing that he has to deal with these lurkers right now are the Liberators. So he really needs them at the front with his main army against Rainer's main army. Otherwise, he's in very big trouble.
I honestly think he should have had 3 ghosts earlier. I think you need some ghosts.
Yeah,
These games are insane.
I think ghosts are good too. I don't think you need many of them. Like I don't think you need to snipe, but
Oh, Corruptors are out. Welcome to the game. I love how persistent Raynor's being with these Niduses. He's really forcing Terran to multitask hard to
Parasitic Bomb?
different directions.
Parasitic Bomb.
Not quite reaching.
Abduct?
Okay, Abduct's also very good choice.
Got one more medevac, a couple more Liberators. Oh, man, that's painful. And Raynor finally feeling like he might be firmly in control of this game. Supplies, though, tell a different story. Maxed out Kira gets 190 supplies Zerg, 145 army supply to 120.
There's a huge bank though for Raynor. He immediately does rebank.
Raynor also already has 3 2 upgrades on the way for air.
Oh, really? What the hell?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
extremely early. That means we went for double Spire
Yeah,
pretty much right away.
right at the same time as Double Nidus.
Seems like everyone's going double spire now, right? Like,
No, not really.
no?
It's very expensive. I think you can only do it usually if you're ahead.
Okay.
I don't get these Widowmites, honestly. I think tanks would be better. I disagree with him making
Does he
20.
have the code?
I don't mind the Widowmites, but the playing with Widowmites is obviously harder, but I think it's better overall. It's just harder to pull it off.
Yeah, but you think also constantly harassing with them? Because right now he just has 20 Widowmites in his army. I don't think that's...
Yeah, that's obviously too much, but I think in general you are way more mobile with the mines than with tanks.
All right, so Pathologic Glance right now coming up, so it does look like Raynor wants to transition towards Infestors here eventually. I guess just a couple of fungals here would be massive.
Yeah, I think so.
Abducts again. Like there's nothing to zone out for the Vipers. There's no anti-Viper. So you can just abduct the Liberators for free here.
Yeah, do you still want to add in like Thors or something?
Nah.
No.
Split up. Man, still with the Nidus. I love this. I think it's so...
How did that lurker got there?
good.
Can we explain?
Probably an earlier Nidus.
Yeah, the multitasking here is insane.
It's pretty funny because those are the newest bases from both players. So this fight at the bottom will pretty much decide who
One
will
lurker
get to mine.
hit 2
Yeah.
Niduses.
Yeah, I think it's very scary to send a lot of your army into Nidus right now because you will lose map control. But at the same time, maybe having one Nidus at the very front would be nice. Oh, now he's going to take out that planetary. Very good army movement from Raynor. He knows that he knows that Cure needs to siege his units. Likewise, Raynor also needs to siege his lurkers. But as soon as he sees Raynor Cure's in the very bottom left, he can just go to Cure's fort base and take it out because his way is actually shorter than
Still
Cure's.
no ghosts. Like, why is not like? What's the reason not to get ghosts?
Well, he's really poor right now. That's the reason. He's actually poor this game. But earlier, I agree. He should have made some.
It's also probably easier to get ghosts, so if you think you don't necessarily need them, I can see why you wouldn't get them.
Yeah.
Oh, he's now actually zoning away that Terran army from that mining base.
I think he doesn't have enough Liberators anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, this base is completely exposed right now. Terran can't get in here.
Raynor's playing great. He's just driven
Yeah.
a wedge between the Terran army and that last mining expansion. All these SCVs are going to get pulled. Here come the lurkers. He's going to force this final engagement, and if Cure can't stop this, it might be GG.
Oh, there's still a lot of Terran available. The planetary does fall. Blinding clouds go down on top of all of the Terran bio.
So painful.
Yeah, that was not
that's
good
it.
enough. Raynor also lost a bunch there, but he has way more in the bank than Cure.
Yeah.
Cure is trying his best, but he can't even max out comfortably anymore. Whereas Raynor still has almost a 4k, 2k bank.
Army supplies are kind of close, but the way Raynor has been trading, it feels like it's just a matter of time. Cure does finally clean up the creep spread at the top of the map, so he can try and retake a 4th or a 5th or whatever base this is. And he's just going to camp his army here and see if he can't establish some economy.
Oh, he got the rich basing guys there, boys, too.
That's the Zerg dream right there.
Yeah. Those are the Zerg yellow boys. Good for gas.
I almost think you shouldn't invest that much in bio, because the bio can't really fight straight up. Like, I don't see the reason to have an 80 supply of bio and then only 4 Liberators.
Yeah.
I think if you have to decide between making Marines Marauders right now and Liberators, I think you always make the Liberators. Even though it seems like they always just get abducted, I can't repeat myself enough here. You really need something to do with the Lurkers, because Marine Marauder is not it. Raynor running off creep now. Beautiful blinding cloud.
Failings. Raynor commits to the big fight and cleans up.
GG.
Your nose, it's over. GG indeed. As Raynor ties up the series at 1 each. That was a great game. These guys are really throwing down. These are slobber knockers, as we say back home.
I have never heard anyone say that.
Slobber knocker?
Slobber knocker.
That's where you get
I feel
punched
dirty
so
saying that
hard
word.
it like knocks slobber out of your mouth.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
Slobber knockers.
Never heard of that, man.
It's just you, dude.
I think it's just you, man.
We're bringing it to StarCraft, boys. It starts today.
Can you say it again?
Slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker. What does that mean?
It's when you get hit so hard Slobber.
Just explain
Like,
this.
I hit Lambo and it knocks Slobber. Lambo hits
Can
me
you
and it knocks
display it
Slobber.
real quick?
Slobber knocker. They're
Is
trading
that-
punches.
Is that a boxing thing?
Yeah, it's a boxing thing.
I feel it.
Ah.
I watched a cool documentary about Mexican boxers.
Which one?
It was on Netflix. It was, I guess it was like one episode of like this fight show.
They're really good at boxing, I think.
Sounds like a traditional sport to me.
It's a very Mexican sport.
I don't-
It's a big deal in
Yeah.
Mexico. Yeah.
It sounds very like physical, you know.
Boxing?
You can't do it with mouse and keyboard, can you?
Is well.
Yes, generally you punch on that sport.
Well, I've seen people punching at keyboards. So.
I have too. I've beat on some desks.
Drogo?
I gotta say though, like in general, these games have been insane, right? Like I really do like this whole meta. It's like super active, insane multitasking. Players are all over the map, and it really comes down to like who mines more in the end, right? Like the trades are relatively even. You can obviously obtain a big victory if you manage to, slam those banelings in, or if you manage to like overwhelm or Zerg right as they are unburrowed. But that was really action packed.
Yeah, it's because none of these two races has an army where you can just camp to now, and then you're gonna be like, okay, even if my opponent has more expansions, I'm just gonna trade super efficiently. So as long as I get there, I'm gonna be fine. So neither of the races are just sitting back; they're just trying to find better trades and fighting for expansions, which I think is the best StarCraft possible.
It's given us some great games. Series tied of 1-1. It's a best of 5. It's day 3 of Home Story Cup. We're in the top 16. And you know what? One of these players is going to advance. Another one's going to get knocked down to the losers bracket. What we could see, if all goes according to plan for Raynor, is a Cyril versus Raynor rematch from BlizzCon. That's waiting.
Yeah, he wanted it. He wanted it. He wants it every single time, though. He's been saying he wants that for like 3 years right now. Ever since they first met, he's like, yeah, I wanna take you out. But anyways, here we go. Game number 3 on Ephemeron. Bottom right-hand corner. From Italy, we have none other than Raynor.
Juanito, I think you do this one.
Okay. In top left, playing from Jiner, is my boy Cure.
Awesome. Spectacular.
I know.
So good.
It was great, wasn't it?
I've had a lot of fun hanging out with Raynor this weekend, just kind of getting to know this legendary, fiery young Italian Zerg player. He's got big dreams. I said, Raynor, what are your goals for your future as a pro gamer and in esports? He says, well, for the next 2 years, I want to just win everything.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, he's well on the way, dude.
Who doesn't want to win everything?
I mean, I want to win everything. But
That's been my
I've
dream
never
for
won
10
anything,
years.
so. You won WCS Mexico or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
I would
What
won
effort
everything
you-
for 10 years if I played Zerg. I know that.
Wow. The shots used to be subtle. Like yesterday and the day before, like there were some subtle shots at Zerg, but right now it's just like, what was it? A slobber knock.
Yeah,
A slobber knock.
that was a slobber knock.
Lovernock. Lambo didn't like it one bit.
Yeah, and then every time we play reverse race, someone of us gets slapped.
Well, I have to practice turn all the time. I can't play off race, man. That's the problem.
Look at this legendary couch full of guys behind us. This is amazing.
Yeah.
We've got
I saw Twitch chat getting very excited
Blizzard
about
legends,
Apollo.
We've got some StarCraft legends. This is a
Hey, guys.
special crew sitting behind us. I almost want a camera shot of this. This is the beginning of StarCraft right here. Good to see you guys.
The grandfathers of StarCraft.
Everybody watching on streams like, what are these idiots talking about?
I think they saw them in the shot earlier too.
Well, they just saw Apollo.
Oh,
I think it was just Apollo that everyone could see. So, yeah, see, everyone's very excited about Apollo.
We got to get Sean on the couch.
Yeah.
Have you been on the couch yet, Sean? No, not yet. Okay, it was soon. TM soon. We promise Apollo, guys.
He's pulling the tasteless card, you know? Which is do nothing until the final. BlizzCon 2017, never forget. Cast nothing until the final.
Hey man,
Tasteless.
that's what it takes to be the best.
Yes. So we
Very
see that
standard
Cure
over
is SCV scouting and blocking the third with an SCV thing. I saw an SCV scouting. And he's playing like pretty standard, like no TCC, just normal play. We'll see if he goes by or mech behind it.
Very annoying little Reaper here, beating the Queen. More so than they did previously, but the Queen does pop out. That's going to force him away.
I'm completely fine, by the way, with losing one Zergling for getting the tumor up right away because the Reaper went low HP, can't really contest it. He also used the grenade already, so he does get the tumor up.
Yep.
He also sneaked out a drone to the third base to take it without the Reaper contesting it.
Oh, he pulled the mule. He doesn't know about the patch. What a noob.
Oh no!
63 seconds rather than 64. Come on.
It's actually really annoying to pull the mules, believe it or not. After the
Yeah.
second one, it becomes actually quite impossible.
I kind of wish it was just like 65 seconds or whatever. Like, you know, make it sound a little more positive. Like, it sounded like it's a nerf by 1 second. It was actually like a secret
It
stuff.
should just be one more trip, I think, you know?
Oh, that's what. Like 5 more trips. That's kind of what you want.
Just let them mine forever. Honestly.
You drop them once. They just stay.
So he's making a second Marine. We'll see if he goes
I think
Liberator or
it's
BC again.
I think it's BC.
Yeah, it looks like a BC opening again.
Oh, this is very risky. What the hell?
Well, you know, Raynor sometimes likes to go over the speed with no link speed.
That's
so.
pretty good micro.
I think this is not good for Cure. Like,
Yeah, I
Well,
think
the
it's
micro
okay
wasn't
against,
that bad actually, so he killed all the links. And the head and pull. It's not the best, but it's not that bad. It could have been way worse.
I think it's fine now, right? Like he forced a lot of mining time
It's
with 2
not
drones as
that's
well.
fine, but it's not. It could have been really shit, believe me.
it feels pretty nice for Zurich on FM run especially. It's relatively good for trying to deny creep and having to deal with 2 Hellions with the Queens or later on 4. It's a lot easier than 4 plus the Reaper or 6 plus the Reaper,
Yeah.
which
So
is gonna keep making Hellions as well. So, yeah.
the fusion core does get scouted, by the way. So Raynor does see exactly what's going on.
Did the Overlord die by the way? It's slow Overlord, come on.
But there's a Viking coming.
Wow.
Zerk's
Oh,
still
no.
Imba, man. Can't believe it.
There's a
What's
massive
flew away.
Viking coming.
See that?
Massive Viking? Well,
No.
what's Simba? We know Sergei Simba, but what?
He just-
Oh, this is good.
Oh, you didn't. the second run by. You
Yeah,
never
that's
see
huge.
it coming. You're like, okay.
Oh, that's a big
Man,
shot, dude.
One shots, all the lings. Queen's getting pulled, but these Hellions are going to get up into the main base.
Ooh, here he comes. Oh, it was Shamrock. He tried to
Oh.
pull the Ragnarok, didn't work.
Roasting some drones. That's a pretty effective run by this time. We see, one more shot.
Well, he's been doing that this series so far. Gavin
Was that
won
worth it, though?
I think this was worth, but I wouldn't feel too bad honestly if I'm the Zerk here.
It's honestly, I don't think it's that bad, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I think maybe equal. to
Because
it.
also look at the third CC timing, it's very
Yeah.
late.
And right now you don't need roaches at all, and you can split up your queens very easily now because there's not going to be 8 Hellions or Hellbats at the front.
BC is going to be easy to deal with.
Oh, man.
He's going again, boy. Here
What
we
do you
go.
think it as a Zerg player if you keep seeing this many Hellions?
Well, we know that
Right.
it's Mac for sure. I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing.
If
that
you
I
see
think.
more than 8, I guess it's pretty much always mech, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, not necessarily. You can still go BC bio after 10. Has the way. Right, Lambo?
Yeah, that's
I watched one time the Lambo analysis, and the only TY will go. I think it was 12 Hellions into bio. You were not happy.
yeah, I think that's crap honestly.
But he won.
Sometimes bad plays work instead.
Never saw it coming, boys. Never saw it coming. First battle cruiser making his presence felt.
Oh, he can fight that,
Right
man.
corner in.
It's cool.
No trans.
It's okay, you can kite, you can kite.
Yeah, but there's no sport, my bro. I know there is a sport. I'm blind, sorry. I need new glasses.
It's okay, Juanito.
Apparently Queen don't die, but it's okay.
You still have the special sense,
Yeah.
special tactics.
No, that's white.
If you had White Draw on the couch yet.
We haven't. I haven't heard it.
Oh, we need to get a
We
white
need like a
rock.
White Draw Apollo. Like,
Let's see appearance.
cast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call.
You can make it happen.
Dang, has a lot of Hellions roasting creep tumors and probably going to kill a couple of queens here. Where are the limbs?
Ooh, very nice play. He waited with the BC until the Hellion show up. He's very good with cards, man.
This feels bad. This feels like
Yeah, this is really bad. He can even snipe the 1 HP queen. The thing is, I think there were 3 or 4 queens in the main base. They should
Tico
make their way
PC,
down
man.
there now.
And they have Yamato now.
Oh man, a new
Oh,
battle.
what are these queens doing here?
Yeah, they
They
accidentally
were
walked
re-spreading
around.
creep, and then the pathing of the queens went the wrong way.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, boy.
You
Oh,
manage.
this is really bad.
Oh,
Really
the
bad for
drones. Ooh.
Take
He
him, man.
did line them up.
The other BC on the bottom also has a Yamato. So another Queen is gonna die. He can Yamato and teleport. The second one. Oh, he doesn't have Yamato? Did he Yamato the Spore again?
I think he may have.
Must have.
Man.
Must have.
No queen? Okay.
So you matter the queen.
Oh, okay.
2 queens.
Okay, as I say, I'm blind. Sorry about that.
Dude,
so-
we have the 5th caster. That's amazing. Thank you very much, Mapu.
Winky face.
why is he not
Winky
playing
face.
Corruptors, man? Corruptors are good.
He doesn't have a spire, bro.
He didn't have money yet for the Spire.
Yeah, but it's late in general. You should play way faster Corruptors against PC.
I mean, he's kind of been under attack the whole game.
Yeah, but like, I mean, the build
Here
order.
comes the Spire. No, I think he just didn't have 200 casts.
So 70 workers to 67, so Terran in a pretty comfortable lead. How many drones did he kill? Did we see that already?
Amelia.
22 drones.
22. I mean, 416 Hellions, but also a lot of Lynx and Queens. I think overall this was a pretty good start for Cure for sure. But with the playstyle that Cure is playing, it's not like he can just kill the Zerg usually.
Oh no.
Okay,
what have you
Loco
done?
is destroying our monitors.
I can't see the screen very easily, guys, so I decided to change
Unplug the
some
monitor.
things. Don't worry. Ah, there you go. I fixed it.
Master of technical support.
I'm an engineer now. I
Uh,
turned it off and on.
Nice, man.
Thank you.
Hellions getting repelled by Roaches and Queens as we see this 3 battlecruiser hit squad moving out once again.
Like I wonder what Rainer's game plan is. Okay, here's the infestation bit, because usually you play this either you make a couple of corruptors and you go
This is gonna go like
Swarm Host, Ravager Link Bane, or you just go Ravager Link Bane into Hive. But I'm pretty sure I convinced him that Boodlers are pretty garbage now against the Thor Tiny.
finally Roaches arrive.
These drones are falling way too quickly. I mean, obviously at this one you can easily replace them, but that's still very significant, right? Like, it's just very annoying.
Here comes the BC boys though.
Yeah.
And there's no corruptors.
He's gonna
so
kill a bunch. He's gonna force a lot of lost mining time again. He's gonna kill at least 3 queens. If the Yamato's right away, if he waits for the corruptors, he could get 3. He's got a Yamato.
Sports again, man. I really don't like Yamato.
I should stop doing the sports, honestly.
Oh, look how much damage he gets done right now. 17 drones going down already.
Maybe Yamato the sports is the play?
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing on purpose.
Is that the play?
I mean, this one was on purpose for sure, but
No, I know that wasn't purpose. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe we're wrong.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This one was on purpose because he probably didn't see anything else.
Is it
So
3 Yamatos for 1 spore or 2?
2.
No, two. But he Yamato only once, so they
Yeah.
become low.
Does Yamato do some splash damage now?
I wish.
That would be balanced. Yamato blink back after the Viper back is fixed.
Yeah.
Man.
We haven't seen the counter barrow play yet, right? You can now
think-
barrow.
yeah.
Yeah, the Neural now is really good against the BCs. So I feel like it's almost better if you play the style that Rainer is doing right now, because it feels like Rainer wants to... Okay, no, he's going Swarmos. So you need Corruptors if you go for a Swarmos. If you want to go into late game, I think just getting a couple of Infestors is better than...
Teleport, my friend. What the hell?
Wow. How
1
much-
HP.
Yeah, that was extremely low.
You clicked the wrong one. There.
One.
Literally 1.
Literally 1.
Yeah, I can tell when it's 1. My eyes are good for that.
It's the special sense.
Do you like Swarm Host? I think they're bad, man.
No, I honestly think Swarmos are good. I think this is just, again, like Rainer is playing from a tempo disadvantage in the game.
Are you sure? I think they're not good against this.
No, I honestly think they're fine if you have map control. Like, you can go to the front. I'm not sure about the Corruptor. I think you still should go Nidus with it, but there's no Cyclones.
Yeah.
Like, do you think Terran should go Cyclones now, and that's why they're bad? Because I think against tanks you will always get good trades eventually.
I think he's gonna get A move soon, man. When he gets 200 supply.
Yeah, I think he needs Banelings for sure. I'm not sure if he has a Banelings. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But usually Roach Ravager Swarmos is pretty good against tank mech.
So there's BC stock.
That's true, but there's also Corruptors.
Yeah, there's not even any Zerglings on
Ooh, nice run by.
the map, which is one.
Man, he's so good at
doing
just
way-
randomly run by and know.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that shouldn't do that much because if there's nothing else happening, okay, Rainer was probably looking at that, but there's no vision of the right side of the Hellion Run dice.
Okay, so finally we do have something going in Zerg's favor here. We get the kill on that command center. You think he's gonna get it?
This is risky, by the way. He
He's
can
gonna
get
be close, but he's gonna get forced
like
back
if the
by-
BCs were a little closer, he could have Yamato 3 Corruptors for free
Yeah,
for basically nothing.
but I think you can chase anyways with the BCs. No, the blink should be on cooldown again.
Let's take one more look at workers lost. I want to see if we're over 50 yet. I mean, it is. Yeah,
Oh,
Wow.
right at the top.
Have you been
51.
counting?
I have.
You've been 1 to 2.
Man, ton of damage having been done by Kira throughout this whole game. His eco is looking strong. Both players maxed out, so we're going to see a fight real soon.
Those poor Marines, man.
Yeah, it's really good by Rainer that he constantly uses these locus off cooldown, and he's also fighting on the other side of the map.
Whoa,
And
this
these
could be
tanks
a
are
big one.
very exposed.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
That's
Was
what
that
I
like
mean.
1 or
Like
2?
BCs are good against the Locust map. That's why I think Stormhosts are not that good against it.
Hellbats
I
were
think you
also
should go in with the Corruptors at the same time.
Oh, obviously. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
Because there's some Papa Thors to there.
Yeah, but it's like 2 Thors. I think you
Oh, he pulled boys to repair that. That's very smart, actually. I like that. He has like, what, 6 SCVs repairing there? That's
It
very
is.
good.
It's Queens.
yeah, the Queens are gonna be fine. So this like slow push is pretty.
Usually you should be kiting with Ravagers. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if he doesn't have Ravagers, but usually you can always pick off a tank if he sieges forward alone, or like kill the Halberds before they get to the other side of the map. And then once there's only tanks left over, Swarmhosts are super good. Again, I see a lot of tanks exposed in the backline. Let's see if Rainer micros this correctly. This time he's going in with the Corruptors as well, but
Oh, you see it?
There's the Ravager.
The Thors are better against the Locust now because they shoot faster.
Yeah.
yeah,
Didn't
That's
even
actually a
think of
huge change.
that. Yeah.
I didn't think about that either, to be honest.
No.
I didn't until I see this.
I didn't even really need the battle cruisers there. Like the battle cruisers weren't even there.
Yeah, he had 5 Thors and they shoot the Locust really quickly.
I think our boy Raynor is getting tired, is what I think. I feel like
I mean, he's still rich, but
I think you still should get Vipers if you play like this as Rainer. With so you can full engage and then you can like remake Roaches and go in with the Roach Ravager at the same time as the Locust. This is
a
getting
good
very,
trade.
very scary for Rainer.
Yeah, these stores are actually insane. So once again, here we go. All of the locusts do fly forward.
Oh,
but
his
most
army's
of-
stuck.
Look at that. Most of the locusts are dead.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We found the solution, boys. Make some Papators.
Against everything now, wow.
Yeah, you just basically make Thors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Did you make them
Maneuvering.
to counter the Vipers, the Broodlords,
Wow.
and the Swarmos?
The Warhound is back, boys.
No, don't mention that yet. Oh, that was a decent bio.
Battle cruisers squaring off against these.
They don't have teleporter uses, by the way,
Uh-oh.
so they're dead.
That's an
Well, I don't think it's that bad, honestly.
No, you don't
the
really-
Raptors are useless now. They're gonna go. They
make
should
more
go to
Thors.
the other side of the map.
Just
Yeah.
make like 2 more Thors here.
He's making 1 point.
No, you can make 2
There's already so many Thors.
Okay, let's see the locust. Look, they just disappear, man.
Look at the locust. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But they're actually quite slow against the bite, so
It's a
he
better
takes a lot of
fight
damage.
with the Ravagers this time.
Yeah.
Still, the Terran army is hard to kill.
+3, not even done yet.
Did you kill the armor?
Yeah.
Are there
This
any
is risky
Guardians
though,
to
right?
It's
Thors?
gonna go down.
Oh, this is the move. This is so cool. Look, you move it like this, so he gets out of the range, and you put it back
You
on.
Put it back down.
Yeah. So.
But this is so risky though, right? Like he is in a really dangerous position here
Raynor
with
can't
those
make
Thors and siege tanks.
Fly blocks.
He's getting overlords. He's not the meek. He doesn't have the meek overlords. That's the problem.
the backup laser overlords are not here.
He needs those.
All right, so here we go. Once again, next wave of
Okay,
locusts
this wave should kill
available.
a bunch of Thors, no?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they're much closer now.
Yeah.
Roaches and Ravagers coming from the left-hand side as well. They're going to try and see if they can connect, but I mean, the
Not
Thors still
working.
live.
His army is too strong.
It's because there's +3 armor already, and there's no +3
Yeah.
done yet for Zerg.
Oh yeah.
These
that-
Thors are so tanky.
It's over.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Boom.
That's game.
Boom.
Reynor's dead.
Yeah.
He's backed into the corner, guys.
I honestly think Stormhost is not good anyway, regardless of.
Good old Papa Thor.
Not good against DC because they're so supply inefficient at this point. And especially now that you don't have Nihilus, you can't even kill the
So-
big.
I think you should still go Nidus.
I mean, you should still.
I
do
think
it.
you should go Nidus every game after seeing.
Yeah, I mean, at least you force some Cyclones, right? And then the push itself becomes weaker. Because if you don't have Cyclones, you can't clear the Nidus. No matter how slow the units pop out,
I
it
think
should
you
still
use
be
the
good.
VCs for that, I think.
So how do you counter Thors right now?
Good, you have Raptors too.
What's like a good way to counter Thors here?
Banelings.
Neural?
Banelings?
Yeah. Didn't you see Subi's body? He made Banelings if he used one. Baneling Ravager is good.
Just need so many Banelings. So this can't be a mission.
What if it's
Ravager
like
and
maxed
then
out
what,
then?
attack into the tanks?
Yeah, like
Yeah, Ravager, Lean Bane, and he
Uh,
makes some Broodlers. Not many.
Lurkers are okay.
No, it's not bad. I saw it and I thought it was pretty good.
But like,
I feel like it's very good defensively. I don't know offensively.
yeah, like Thors do outrange brutes now, right? So
Yeah, but if the Tours are shooting that, it just means not shooting the Ravagers and
right.
you know, you want to kill the Ravagers too.
Okay, these tanks are all dead at the very least. I mean, Raynor is trying to stay in this because he knows he can still trade efficiently. Could we see the resource loss, by the way? Okay, yeah, he's tank KD behind by now.
I love Twitch chat. I literally gave it the answer and they trolling me. Never read Twitch chat.
Which chat is trolling you?
I mean, there's also tanks usually, right? It's not just...
Yeah, but Bonnie played exactly like this, and he got owned by Zoo, playing with Ravager Lean Bane.
I
and
do honestly think
Broodler.
Akira is better than Bunny as well, but...
Yeah, but I mean, but yes, but the fights didn't look like this, you know.
Raynor is really trying to hang in there, and I can't really piece together why. It feels like this was over.
no, this game is pretty
No,
much.
it is over.
One more swarm of locusts melting against these Thors. A couple Thors do go down. A couple tanks do go
Oh, he's
down.
finally clearing
More
it up.
tanks going down. Ravager's pushing forward, and all of a sudden, I'm feeling a little silly as it feels like Raynor has cleaned up this push.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
if you look at the economy, it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
over.
doesn't
sadly.
matter.
36 workers against.
Doesn't matter.
Look at the income,
80,
yeah.
80.
Like income is like twice as high for Terran.
You think he's gonna fly this CC again?
If he's looking at it, yeah. He repaired already, right?
Look at that Thor.
He should fly this easy, I'm not sure why.
I don't think he knows tanks don't shoot up.
Come on, tanks, do something.
How many Swarmos are left over right now?
A million, but
Yeah, 19.
19, yeah. You know what? I actually like that he's sticking in the game though.
yeah,
But like, look on the right hand side, right? Like that base over there. This one usually is
Oh.
not taken. That's a lot of yellow machines.
yellow boys.
The yellow
Let's
boys
go.
back in town.
Wow, that's a Zerg bank account, you know.
Jesus. Yeah, you need like 1 minute to get this bank right now. As a turn.
Goodness. Raynor continues
Oh,
to try
again,
to find
I-
openings.
He's getting some really good trades now, though. If he gets this planetary, I mean, it's the start of something. Another command center falls as well.
115 army supply to 100. Still, the eco problem is a real problem. 4K income to 1K income.
Yeah, if this was like an actual real army that could constantly fight, he might have a chance, but
Right. It's like the inflated supply count, and then
I feel like Cure is getting a little bit reckless here, to be
You
honest.
know,
Yeah,
he should use
yeah.
Max Cyclones right now. He will win the game.
Yeah, he's making Taurus again, which I also like, but he should stop running around with single and siege tanks,
Yeah.
I think.
Is Farnhouse becoming gonna win the game?
There's one siege tank with 17 kills. Wants to go up to 20.
Actually, I have the move right now. Some Banshees.
This is
Banshees,
interesting.
you could start making BCs again, maybe, but
Not that
I think it's just unnecessary. I actually like the Liberators too.
Yeah, not bad.
Raynor still finding pickups. His army supply, though, is dwindling 100 to 133 of the Terran.
He traded better over since the last time where
Yeah.
we checked the resources lost.
Last 5 minutes, he's played better, but
Does he still have Corruptors? No, he doesn't.
Oh, some good vials, but I mean, so much has gone down. He's being chased by Liberators.
Oh my god.
Oh, this hurts. Please, GG. This is hurting me.
Okay, well.
Oh, wow. Hey, you got 20
I can't
kills.
believe the tank killed
Exactly.
that guy.
That was a side quest right there with the siege tank. You know, get 20 kills from the siege tank. GG.
finally Raynor taps out, and Cure goes up 2-1 in the series. Guys, I really feel like Raynor is exhausted. That's my
Maybe.
analysis of this
Why?
whole thing. He just feels like he's playing sloppier than he's played at other parts of the tournament. Look at him.
Really?
His
I
eyes
think-
are
I think-
closed. He wants to take a nap.
Yeah, I think his early game just went poorly again, but also like he's trying out different approaches to the new mech,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure that he knows yet what's working because what we theory crafted is the Hydra Viper. It's
Yeah,
because
I'm
it
looking for his
it can
glasses
cancel the
at 6
BC,
a.m.
right? But without the Hydra Viper, either you go Brood Lords. I think super maxed out Zerg army can still compete with a Terran maxed out, but it's very hard to get there against Tor timings. I think Koreans, if they see Brood Lords, they start moving out with like 10 Tors, and that's usually pretty strong. So then the other thing that you can do is maybe go for a couple of Vipers and go for full engages with Blinding Cloud. Try to out-expand the Terran, try to crush maybe his army while he's moving out on the map or trying to expand.
Yeah.
I think that might be the next approach, but we'll see what Rainer's going to go for.
Yeah, it seems like Swarmhouse really did not do very much here. I mean, he got value
Yeah.
near the end, but I mean, that was pretty much like
that's
after
how,
the game
that's
was
how
supposed to be
usually
over.
I see Swarmhost if they play against tanks without many Hellions, which was the case here. But the Thors, they just own them. Also, I think the upgrade advantage played a huge part here.
Yeah,
Like,
there were
Curious
3-3
army was
against
3-3
2.
against 2-1.
Yeah, yeah.
Cure is just like ice water in his veins, man. Like just like not moving, just kind of sitting there chilling. Raynor, he's fidgeting. He's like moving back and forth. Took out his earbuds, switched ears.
You switched ears?
Yeah, bro.
How do you switch ears?
The earbuds.
Oh.
Okay.
So now he thinks like the Liberators on the right. He actually moves to the left.
You switch ears. Nice.
Shout out to Aligulac.
Aligulac is awesome. Okay, so for those of you curious, okay, now obviously Aligulac, for those of you unfamiliar, it's like a statistics website. It's not 100% accurate, but it actually ranks Cure as the second best Terran player in the world, above Innovation.
I say that before the tournament, people made fun of me. So.
Dude, I've been saying it for a while. He's ridiculously good.
I think he's worse than Maru, and I would say same with TY. TY and Cure are probably same level. Just
Yeah?
different styles, you know? Yeah.
But he's definitely like in the same list, like TY, Maru, Innovation, Cure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah.
Top 5.
All right, guys. It's time. It's time for game number 4. We're moving on to Disco Bloodbath. And here we are in the top left-hand corner of the map, looking at our green Zerg player. Down 1-2. It is Raynor.
His opponent in the top right, playing bottom right, playing an excellent series so far. We have Cure. I was just giggling at Rotterdam in Twitch chat. He says, in case you guys are wondering where Todd, Dan, Ben, and me are, we're busy making content in the pool outside.
Nice. Hey, Roti, can you
So
win
that
in
means
my
the shirt
Pikachu,
is off,
please?
boys?
No, I don't know. Does that mean the shirtless
I think-
body meme is
I think
is
it's
over?
happening. I think it's finally happening.
Can you tell Roti to win my Pikachu? There's a giant Pikachu plushie out there. He needs to win it
A
for me.
Pikachu plushie?
Yeah.
I'll win you a
how can I
Pikachu
tell
plushie,
him?
Juanito.
We tell him through here.
Oh, yeah.
Type it in Twitch chat.
No, but I need to log in.
He said the shirt is super off, actually.
Oh,
Shirt
no.
is super. What does that mean?
Is
That's
Roddy-
like switching ears.
I think-
how do you super take over
I think
shirt?
maybe he's a mermaid right now.
Whoa.
Roddy in the mermaid outfit.
We did see a laser with the mermaid outfit.
Yeah.
Looked really fun, actually. I wouldn't be a mermaid.
I would drown.
So I didn't realize this, but actually a lot of the Koreans apparently can't swim.
What?
Really?
Yeah, apparently it's like, at least over here in Europe, it's very common for people to have swimming lessons. I'm assuming that's the same thing in North America.
Yeah.
They just throw
Apparently-
the baby in the pool and.
Yeah, apparently there's like no pools at all in Korea. I mean, there's a couple, but not nearly as many as we
Yeah,
have over
that's
here.
true. It's a
I mean,
small country,
if,
though.
if you don't know how to swim in the Netherlands, you probably don't make it to like age 6. Like,
Isn't the Netherlands like all below sea level?
yeah.
There was a meme that Netherlands don't use cars; they use ski to the work. Is that true?
I wish.
Me and
There's a lot of cars.
because Utrama linked me a video of a news station actually saying that we ski to the work instead of.
Oh
driving.
yeah, like a couple years ago when like all of like the rivers and stuff froze over.
Yeah.
People did like use ice skates to get to work, but
Nice.
it doesn't get cold enough. We can ice skate. Yeah. Can you ice skate?
I've tried ice skating. I'm always really scared that I'm going to fall and someone's going to skate over my fingers and chop them off.
Yes.
That's my secret fear.
I never realized as a kid that those things are actually like knives.
Yeah.
We had like really bad ones when I was a kid. I was like, oh, these are dull, but it's really nice when you're all like really sharp ones. Anyways, guys, there's some StarCraft happening.
3CC opening by Cure. I don't know what he's gonna do. Just
Maybe 3cc Battlecruiser. Or maybe Viking.
it looks normal so far. He made a starport yet? No,
Yeah,
no,
he
right.
made Starport.
No, he's making now.
BC opening has worked well for him.
It's different than the BC openings that he did before.
Yeah,
before
the-
it was just 2cc and like a relatively late third base with constant helium production.
Oh, he killed
Got a tumor. Yeah.
Nice.
Is that a fresh one?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be BC again. Yeah, for sure. He's making a third gas. It's gonna be Viking into BC probably, or just directly BC.
Yeah.
And it is Viking. I'm fairly confident that SCV is trying to make a fisher core. Would probably.
Yeah, he
care, man.
canceled the Viking.
Oh, that cheeky little overlord.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
With this timing, you already know as well. that-
Wait, he canceled the Viking and made it again. You saw that?
Yeah. It's because he didn't have the like he wanted the fusion core, I think, just a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Oh, he's making a Roach core now. He's doing the proper response now. Nice. So he should make a layer pretty soon.
Roach Ravager.
No, use like very fast Roach so you don't lose stuff to Hellions.
Yeah.
And a faster layer so you make Corruptors faster. That's what most people in Korea do.
Yeah, I think if you want to go to late game, just going for Infestors is fine too with the new Neural, because you can just make 3 Infestors for the 3 BCs.
I guess.
And they never can yet get Yamato.
I never seen that, but if you say it
Guys,
works.
why don't we
I
see
believe it.
Mutalisk ever in GVT anymore?
Mutalisk?
No, they're good
You
against
see them
Bio.
against Bio sometimes, but against Battlecruisers usually they're not that great.
Yeah, they're
And
Actually,
against
Sarah
Viking-
played him a little bit this tournament.
Yeah.
They are pretty good. But it's mostly like, haha, I caught you off guard kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know?
surprise kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Cure makes Yamato instantly. Most Terrans don't really make Yamato for the like this quickly, but he really likes this.
He likes being able to shoot spore crawlers.
Apparently. yeah, he does apparently.
How many roaches did he make? How many are already out?
I think it's
5?
like-
Okay,
yeah,
so it's going to be like
like
7.
yeah.
So these are just anti-Hellion roaches, which are going to make it a lot easier for him to just stay inside the base with the queens, so he doesn't need to worry about pushing the creeps forward with the queens. This is the job of the roaches now. He's even going to the other side of the map, which is fine, by the way. The roaches can just run away from the battlecruiser once you see it. It also forces the battlecruiser to stay at home a little bit, which is nice.
So do you think he's going to go for like the Swarmo style again, or more
What?
of like a focus on
Aggressive
lurkers?
roaches.
Yeah, but this is not really this is just hey, your BC has to stay here for like 30 extra seconds. Forces a lift, which is cool.
That's the thing.
And goes back.
Did the BC teleported, by the way?
It's
I
just
think it
now
did.
finished.
Oh,
There
it
it
didn't.
is.
Look, see? Those roaches.
I think he's worried about this roach still being out here.
Yeah, because he has nothing else.
Also, you have to take in mind he went Viking first, so his initial BC is actually a lot slower, especially because he went 3CC.
Is it risky having your roaches out on the map? What if the Hellions just went to his
Oh, he's going double armory
Yeah,
for extra factories. So do you think this is a little bit greedy? Maybe actually he could go for like a Corruptor Roach Ravager link timing. Don't you think?
Yeah, of course you can. But I think he made the factory, no? I saw something building on the main base.
No, I think
Okay, they're
it's
done already.
3, yeah. So you go
My-
3
my-
factories, then
my
two
eyes are
armory,
not that
then-
bad.
Then 2 more?
Yeah, factories and armors, that's normal.
Oh, good
What a-
catch with the Zerglings.
Aye.
Surround those Hellions, and that's
Well,
a painful
terrible.
loss for Cure,
Yeah.
who suddenly finds himself, I would say, quite behind.
Yeah, the BC
Yeah.
didn't kill
Okay,
anything.
so he's gonna try going Hydra Viper again. Hydra then double upgrades.
Oh, it's got to feel
I
so
mean-
good for Raynor to pick up those Hellions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like 6 rounds. Remakes like a dozen. Yeah, so just Roach Hydra into maybe a Lurker Viper?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's Roach Hydra Viper first, and then you add Lurkers once the upgrades are done.
So here's another question. Why are Zerg players not sending their overlords around the map anymore?
Well, we do, but again, Battle Cruiser just pick them up for free. So usually you wait until you have corruptors.
He also doesn't have overspeed, right? So
Yeah.
2 queens out. Finally, no Yamato in sports. Nice.
Boom. That's annoying. Killing a lot of creep tumors. And forcing
You can actually fight that, by the way. There's no corruptors, no nothing.
Or you can just kite.
Yeah, I guess the fact right now that those Hellions are gone, right? That's huge.
Yeah.
Like, this is really not doing much. I mean, yeah, you killed a couple things here and there, but nothing that Raynor is really going to be worried about. He does go for the Nidus, or not the Nidus Worm, sorry, the Lurker Den right now, before the Hive.
Yeah, and the Hive. And this is, I mean, this is a pretty nice timing. This time he also is even in supply or even a little bit ahead. If we compare this with the first game, he was actually behind.
Yeah, that's true.
And this time his upgrades are also ahead of the Terrans. So, I mean, overall, this is just better of a position. So we're going to see, like this time, they're going to play from a relatively even position into this. So I'm really interested in seeing how this is going to go.
So special, why haven't we seen like the Cyclone style very much anymore?
I think Cyclones are okay, but not that great, to be honest. I think Tank is just better, but especially because now the Stronghold is weaker, just Tank becomes stronger overall than Cyclones, I think.
Yeah.
Speedy little overlord spots those battle cruisers, and we see Hydras and Lings handily put in position. Was that a Nidus also?
I don't think so.
No, it was not. It was not.
Okay, starts +2 right away. Raynor being on top with his upgrade production, and I assume he's just going to make at least 3 Vipers or so. And I really hope he's going to start walking across the map right away as soon as he has energy for abducts. And he's going to start trying to deny Cure from expanding, because if we remember the Acropolis game, Cure actually had more bases than Raynor overall. So the goal has to be to stand on the other side of the map, not let Cure get out on the map for free, and constantly pick off the tanks.
I like Raynor's position right now. He's got a strong eco. He hasn't taken a whole lot of damage. He's got a good army. He can basically just dump the rest of his money into maxing out and then start trying to find good trades with the Terran player. Here comes Hellions once again. They will pick off a queen for free.
Realize the blue flame. Like, wait a second.
Yeah.
It's cheaper now.
Second.
They made it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. 50-50 cheaper.
Counts.
Yeah, no, it's good.
But how fast do bunkers build?
I don't know.
A little bit too fast.
How much do
What?
they salvage for?
75%?
It's a meme.
Ah, sorry.
It's the Wings of Liberty meme.
Yeah.
I know.
It should accrue interest.
So,
Whoa, the bunker piggy bank. You make a couple early games, salvage them late game, you get twice as much
Turns
back.
into a command center.
Whoa, that's like StarCraft 3 mules.
Let's go.
You got bunker piggy banks. I love the concept.
One thing that Kier has done this game is keeps battlecruisers alive. He hasn't done a whole lot with them. They're going to continue to be a force around the map that can harass.
Yeah, I mean, usually you can just run around with the battle cruisers until Infestors are out, but right now you can't because Vipers are also countering them.
Yeah.
So they just need to stay defensive, I guess.
I think
They're still pretty nice with the army. They're very tanky against Hydras.
yeah.
and Yamato's no joke. You can pretty much delete whatever.
You can Yamato the Vipers,
Yep.
for example. But we also have to say Abduct does cancel Yamatos. So usually,
Ah, really?
yes,
Oof. What the hell,
always,
man?
already before the patch.
Only a single siege
yeah.
tank, and it gets erased immediately. And this is already a very scary little
Yeah,
attack.
I like this little push right here for Raynor a lot. He does have the ranged upgrade already on those lurkers, so they're going to be able to reach that mineral line pretty much.
Pull that tank right back. It's going to get deleted. This command center, no, it's going to be fine.
But this is exactly what Kier did, though, in that other game we already casted, right? Like, he's already expanding again in the bottom left-hand corner, already going for 2 additional command centers. It's like, yeah, you take one base, but he takes multiple new ones immediately. He's also taking care of a hatch.
And this is very good. He sees the Vipers on the other side of the map. He knows this is a no-risk play with the battle cruisers.
Yep, makes their presence felt, denying that expansion. Does Raynor see 6 o'clock? Does he know that those extra bases have been taken?
I think you assume that that's happening, but as long as Cure doesn't deal with this properly, like as soon as that all the tanks
Nobody
are coming
tanks.
here.
I think that's all siege tanks.
Oh, can't teleport
Came
now.
out to the sport again.
One goes down.
Right. I have to make the action sounds.
It added so much.
Well,
to my-
Raynor
you.
is rich this game, by the way, like
Yeah.
with that bank.
That's very commentary noises.
Yeah, that's very important to mention. The gas bank isn't quite that impressive yet by Raynor, but the mineral bank is definitely
Oh,
there.
wow.
There's no tanks here.
That's a
From what
huge
I
pickup, though. That's 2 command centers.
It's going to be 2
Yeah.
cancels for sure.
I think we're gonna go to game 5, boys. Like I don't think how even Cure looks maxed, but
Yeah.
he's so poor and Raynor is so rich.
I think you're right, Juanito. 5K,
Oh,
2K.
you need to scan, buddy. Okay.
He's also getting a couple more drones this time around, right? I don't think he went up to 90 works last games.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he only lost 7 drones overall. So
7
there's also
drones
not been any Hellion run bys, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's because Raynor is also standing in front of his army, so it's a lot harder to just send out the Hellions.
Well, not only that, he opened Roches, remember?
Yeah.
The crew spread also is significantly nicer here.
Well, he's going to push in and... No, not going to take this fight. Not going to take it. Little overcommitted.
Oh, here we go again. Abducts. That's a couple of gone.
Killed 3
Later.
doors. That's very nice.
Really good.
Later.
There's also like no Vikings here, so every time these stories get abducted while they're not shooting, the Vipers get out instead of the Vipers being shot at.
Cure is still in this, though, right? Like,
Oh, Raynor's so rich.
yeah, he's got a lot of money here. But actually, like, you know, like, Cure definitely can come back.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
If Raynor messes up big time once, you can come back, but usually the way this goes is that you just constantly take relatively even trades because you abduct and run away. Even if you go into the tank fight, you just pull back. So unless he's completely losing track of his army, it's looking really good for the Italians there.
No detection here.
Oh my god.
Boy,
Oh, the
boy.
boys.
The boys.
I would just sacrifice that, you know.
Yeah, probably would have been better.
Gotta keep it alive. He's going to kill a lot of lurkers. It's probably not a worthwhile trade for Raynor, but Lord knows he has the money.
Actually, didn't expect him to save that, to be honest.
Yeah. Repair's pretty good.
I do wish that Raynor had thrown down a Nidus and was doing some like little, trying to spread Terran out more than he already is.
He doesn't have, like, that much gas.
I think
right?
he doesn't need to right now because the Disco Bloodbath, the first couple of bases are very close to each other, and I think he's just trying to get full focus on controlling the Vipers properly and getting the abducts. And as long as it's working, I think that's good. As soon as Cure keeps expanding and once these trades don't happen anymore, I think going for the Nidus, as you said, I think might be a great idea.
Liberator's going to post up and see if they can't fortify the Terran position as we see Raynor just standing at the edge. Pulls one Liberator, pulls a couple of Thors. Damn, every trade is so good
Yeah.
for Raynor this game.
Those Vipers are absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting a little greedy now, though. Moving forward, does manage to get blinding cloud there on 3 of those siege tanks.
Yeah, he's just pushing through. I think this might already be the game-deciding fight because there's nothing anymore to tank for the tanks.
Yeah, look at the money. Nearly 10,000 resources in the bank here for Raynor. And
You know what we
Cure is
play?
broke.
Mutas. Go Mutas.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That would be the play right now.
Let's just make a bunch of mutas for no
Some
apparent
0-0 mutas against 3 Thors, and they lose like against 3 Thors with repair.
That's what they do anyway.
They hate him. Why they hate him, man?
Mate, if you switched into like 100 Mutas right now,
Yeah.
what can you
Hey,
do?
it's a 1 HP battle cruiser again. We've seen
That's
those
how Jimmy
before.
Kessel's move.
I love the Muta switch.
Yeah, that's a move. Don't let him think. I think he made random links for no reason. What if they were muted?
Exactly.
There's people listening to this, man. They're gonna do a muta switch against 3-3 Thor.
Do you see any Thors there? I see 2 tanks, 3.
He doesn't have, but it's like a way to throw the game, you know? It's absolutely unnecessary.
There's like no reason to. Other than that Ben wants to.
2 more tanks.
Man, Ben hasn't seen
Production
mutas
while
in
we
5
have-
years.
That's true.
Like, did they remove them or something? What's going on?
That's why I was, man. Raynor's everywhere. You're right. He doesn't need Mutas. He doesn't need Nidus. He just needs to push forward and A-move. As Cure is beaten back again and again, Viper's going to pick off a few more of these tanks, or they're just going to chill. That's fine too.
So, what's the last map you guys don't boys know?
Metalopolis.
It's an even map, so probably
Right.
Triton.
There's another second map we have. Okay.
Good guess.
Yeah.
You just say that about every map.
No, this is half a second map.
To be fair, most of the maps.
It is true, though.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Parasitic Bomb?
Yep. Cool. It's 120
He should have split up the parasitic bombs because they don't overlap, so
It's like,
like the damage doesn't add up. So you just delayed the second one by a little bit, and all those would have been dead.
You know what I'm feeling for last game? Lambo will love that.
A proxy Rex?
I'm tingling. You know, my senses tingling.
We still gotta hype up this game special. Come on.
I mean, come on.
That's your job. You guys
Yeah, you are the
casters.
casters. We are the analytic folk here.
if you're Cure, why are you hanging in there? Are you just trying to like wear your opponent down?
I feel like he knows that there has to be a massive bank. Like, there's no way as Terran you're thinking these trades are fine. And he's also not doing any counter damage. Like, he just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is he resting on the fact that maybe he can win one huge fight and then just like a move?
Yeah, it's like maybe
Yeah.
if I max out, I can beat this army because Zerg just throws with his head on the keyboard and then beat another army.
7 Evo chambers?
It's for the consume.
Uh,
But I think you should have built them in the middle of the map, to be
You
honest.
didn't know if you get like multiple evos, they research faster.
I'd heard that.
Maybe next patch.
Maybe you get the +4 upgrade since he's already on 3 as well.
Yeah, it's a
Wow, look
But you
at
need 8 evos for that.
so much green. Look at this.
Yeah.
It must suck to be an Evo, right? You know you're gonna die.
I make that stupid joke every time. I make accidentally like 2 Roach Warrens on stream. I was like, no, guys, it's okay. I get the Blighter Constitution a little bit quicker. It's like twice as fast.
No, you get speed and tunneling claws at the same time.
I swear there's like 10 guys that believe me every time. It's like, yes, Loco, that makes a lot of sense now.
Amen. Preach for the people. Yeah. Kira sitting back, posturing, trying to max out once again. He's got 111 army supply against 120. Raynor is just continuing to dance around the map and assert his position. There's another parasitic bomb.
Yeah, I really don't think you should throw them at the same time. The only reason, really, for that is if there's already 4 shooting at the Vipers, and there's another couple of attacks.
These trades are so efficient. Raynor's done such a good job this game of just staying ahead.
Yeah, Rainer's also doing a great job of always staying outside of the tank range in this game.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just abducting units that are overextending from the Terran player, and he's picking them up for free. So every time these trades are obviously very, very good for him.
Yeah, Vipers have been the absolute heroes in these games. Like, Vipers are insanely good here.
Very annoying high ground lurkers there, also denying some mining. Chipping away at that command center. 1 more Liberator. 2 more Liberators going to go down. And, man, it just feels like Cure has been on the receiving end of a slobber knocker for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, this is the exact opposite of Acropolis. And this is where you can also see that one player can just improve, even though he gets owned in one game. Improve his early game a little bit, maybe fix some mistakes in the mid game as well. Just be on top of your stuff, and then even though a game very similarly to this happened, you can have the exact opposite of the outcome.
What would be the opposite of a slobber knocker, Mr. Bitter?
Would be like a Mike Tyson one-punch KO, just like instantly ended the fight. Like there was no slobber knocked, it was just a decapitation.
No, I just want to have like another fancy word that's like the opposite of it.
Let
You don't have to come up with it right now. Like you have like a couple.
me get back to you.
Yeah, we have a couple
Yeah.
series coming.
Check back with me in game 5.
Raynor approaching 10k in the bank. Feels good, man.
He's so rich.
By the way, the Miras would have won the game already. You're saying?
I totally agree.
Well, I mean, here we go. He's not trying to brute force his way in there. Not sure if that's necessarily the greatest choice.
Just gonna abduct, kill a few things, pull back again. Nice patient play here from Raynor.
You know what? Look at what's in production. The Mura upgrades. He's gonna do it,
You
man.
could honestly also go Brood Lords at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a way to throw.
Let's make a bunch
No.
of echo chambers and then use our hatcheries to get energy.
Yeah, he just needs to wait until Terran mines out, right? Like, the thing is, Terran isn't expanding anymore. Like, he's not gonna allow Terran to take another base. Yeah, these like little harassments are fine, but eventually Cure is gonna have to.
Why is he more? Why would Terran shift click into Hardit instead of keeping him ahead of mode? They do this very often, and then they don't get those
Maybe
big
there's a
zones.
sign there.
This is quite big, though, right? Like, he manages to go down the ramp. I don't think he should have been allowed even that far.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just
I
don't
think
know what it's gonna gain him. Like he's gonna kill a hatch.
No, he can maybe like secure another expansion now.
I don't know.
the way for him to win the game is if he gets in between all of Rainer's bases with his entire army sieged up. That's his win condition.
If he gets
So if he gets there somehow
he's
with
just
the
gonna
maxed
get,
army,
he's just gonna get pinched. He's just gonna get surrounded and pinched. Like
oh, I agree with you. Yeah, but it's definitely the play for
Play.
Cure.
It's definitely the play.
maybe this map's too open for Mech.
Yeah. It's not that good for mech, to be honest. But it's also not that good for bio if they defend properly.
Oh, here we go. Cyril smelling blood in the water. Does fly forward right now with all of the. Oh, you know what? All of them
Lurkers
actually
from
got picked up.
behind.
All of the Vipers were just killed.
That was a horrible fight.
That was very bad.
That was really bad.
He didn't make the Mura. I'm sorry.
29 more
There's
Hydras.
six
That was his
stars.
chance.
That was a really awful engagement now.
Yeah, but imagine they show up and they are in this mode.
11 Vipers lost there.
Yeah.
Did I
But
say
what if
Cyril?
the random scan sees?
I think I said Cyril instead of
Then he
Raynor.
pulls that to the turrets. Turrets go back to the turrets.
You go kill
I'm like
factories.
retracing my words. I'm like, wait a second. I think I said Cyril.
Cyril's not
I meant Raynor.
Kira hanging
Yeah.
in there, has managed to max out. 134 army supply against 131. Raynor just holding down the macro buttons. 1500 APM at one point.
Honestly, I think if you're this far ahead as Zerg, you shouldn't expand at your normal path. I think you should take the Terran bases.
I
Yeah.
agree. I think so too. Lurker's finding a couple of siege tanks. And Hydra's finding an opening as well, picking up a couple of command centers. These Thors are in a bad position. But Raynor's not going to push the issue.
Yeah, Secure is now trying to secure a base in the bottom left. It's actually really critical though, right? Like there's barely any mining over here.
Gonna burn.
Yeah, this also means that Cure spreads himself even further. So usually he needs to pre-split the army, which means it should be easier for Raynor to find exactly these pickoffs as he's doing right now. He can zone out the rest with the Lurkers, go to the left side with the Hydras probably.
Yeah, well played by Raynor. He's continued to control the map and assert himself very nicely.
And that command center.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, baby.
See you next time. Oh, Liberator.
So I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it.
The proxy.
Yes.
The proxy barracks.
Yes.
You've called it like 15
Raynor
minutes
also
ago.
likes to throw the pool first from time to time.
It's really raining here now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's, like it's not drops anymore. It's rain.
it's a tropical island, guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a little thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Either that or the hole in the ceiling, or it's just condensation. Like I'm not sure.
It's definitely condensation.
Oh, here we go to fight. Nice landing cloud.
Blinding Cloud on those Thors basically takes them out of the fight. Hydras are going to go ahead and push forward. Cure can't fight. He just has to back up. And does back up into his tank line. Raynor's not going to push the issue. Cure supply dipping down to 150. And
Only one Viper though. Yes, 16 Vipers have gone down. Like the air priority of Thors is actually pretty insane.
I think if you want to finish this game properly, you
make me
let his army go there and go to the right side.
He makes 8
Which
more
is
Vipers.
production.
You said Meta Switch?
Middle switch. What? They are 2-2 now, man.
He's going double Nidus again.
2-1
I
actually.
think Roddy just brought you a present, mate.
Really?
No, he didn't. He definitely did not. No,
Oh, he did not.
No.
Okay.
I lied. I said nothing. What the? Good face.
Anyway, where's the mutas, man?
Where are the mutas?
If this was solar, there would be mutas.
They're
I
waiting in
guarantee
the
you.
next game,
He's
guys. No
actually
worries.
securing 2 additional bases now. Though. Like, Cure has been broke here for
Oh,
a
Emil?
wow.
Emil?
Emil,
Oh no.
I drop on your head.
this has happened. This has been happening every time. By the way, that special laughs is because there's a water drop on my head. It happened already multiple times. In case you're wondering.
Anyway, here comes the fight.
Here comes Raynor again.
Yeah, and this is what I have been talking about. This is completely exposed now that Cure is pre-split on the left side, so you can go there, and Cure needs to defend this because he has all the production here. So eventually he will need to re-siege, and then Raynor can just switch his positions and try to attack the left side bases. So I
Nidus
really like what he's doing.
That's going to get him into the production line, and I don't know that Cure has any real good way to get back to defend that.
Is there anything in the Nidus room actually?
Who knows? That's a good question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. there's-
Like it requires a lot of counterplay, right? Like for 150, 150, not a terrible deal.
Oh my God! Look at that. They teleport.
Oh my God!
That's a bad day.
Feels bad.
Another game decided by the Nidus room.
Can't believe it.
This game was not decided by the
Get your what faces out. I can't believe it. There's a
Cure
nice.
would have won this.
Oh my God!
balance.
If only this was
It's
balanced,
the
guys.
25-minute all-in from Zerk again.
There you go. With the army out of position, Raynor is able to push down into the bottom left once more, where he's going to attempt to and successfully deny.
I think he's next. You know?
So we finally. Are we gonna GG now, boy? Please.
Hello, Cure.
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 There's another game going on, my friend. It's not the finals. Let's go.
He's just wearing him down. He's got to get him ready for the bunker rush.
Special's like, I want to play. Come on. Are you up next, Special?
Yes.
You're literally right after this game.
We play
I,
against,
I don't know. I don't even know.
we play Innovation?
No, I lost to him.
Oh.
Badly.
Well,
Imbalance there.
Who do you play next?
Mana.
Man.
What are you going to do?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see, man.
Well, judging by his words, he's going to switch to Zerk then.
There you go.
Well, that's what Mana said. Very little unbeatable. Not my word, so.
Nidus Worm's going down everywhere. Cure doing an okay job of preventing the worst of it.
It's funny that ever since he has fallen behind, he actually started trading better
Yeah.
than before. But
Yeah.
it's also because Raynor has to care less, right? And
Yeah.
you can trade more.
This has got to be the final fight, guys. Blinding Clouds on the Thors. Hydra is pushing down that ramp. Last couple Lurkers are going to burrow. And the
we
last
go.
Lurker's army melts
GG.
away. 2-2 the score. What a set we're getting out of these two guys. Raynor ties it up, and we're going to get a game 5.
We are. Are we getting the proxy to Rex? I have 80% chance I think he will.
80%.
80%.
80%.
That's very
You want
high.
to bet with odds?
What else?
What's
going on,
What's
Roddy?
going on over here?
All right, guys. One hell of a series so far.
Yeah. Welcome, Kev.
Meanwhile, I have been grinding.
Did you say meanwhile?
Meanwhile, I've been grinding a different game.
Okay.
Because Juanito keeps asking me to win him a Pokemon, all right? And there's
Yeah.
a little game out there where
He
you
just brought it
throw
up as well.
a ball into a basket.
Yeah.
And if you get 2 of them, you get a Pokemon. I was like, well, if Juanito wants me to win a Pokemon, right, I can do that. So I'm like, he's like, how many you want? I was like, well, maximum tries, right? So I scan the first time, I get a full basket. I throw, miss. Then he's keep bouncing out, right? Like it's super rigged. And then she's like, no, it's easy. Just look at this. But she's like a meter closer to the basket than I am. I was like, yeah, from that position, I can do it too. So at one point, I finally get one in. I was like, oh, cool. I just need one more because he's like, you need to go 2 for 2. So I get a second one. I'm like, yeah, awesome. She's like, no, they need to be back to back. I'm like, what? So I need to pay again. Obviously, I fail. I was like, you know what, Juanito, he came here last moment. I'm going to give it another shot. So I pay again. First one I missed. The second one I hit. I was like, okay, you know, and I'm getting nervous, right? So I hit the third one. I'm like, yeah. She's like, no. I was like, what? She's like, 2 at a time, but you missed the first one, so the second one didn't matter. I'm like, what? Like, how is that not rigged? She's like, but that one is for practice. I was like, you could have told me that before. However, number 8. Number 8
How
was
much
good.
is each roll?
And we don't want to talk about these things. It came out of a place of love. Did I make any money this weekend? No, absolutely not. However, Juanito, because you came here on the very last moment, and we're so happy to have you. Here's a little Jigglypuff, my friend.
Thank you, man. I have my Jigglypuff, man.
It's beautiful.
We love
Thank
you,
you,
boy.
thank
Enjoy the 5th game, guys.
So, how are you gonna get it home?
What do you mean? Oh, actually, doesn't fit my luggage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you ship
on-
it?
on-
Come
on
on,
the
man.
plane.
It's like his
I can
carry-on
bring it on
pillow.
the plane.
You know what I mean?
Is this OP in the Smash Brothers?
Yeah, melee, very OP.
Very OP? Nice. I have my Jigglypuff, man. I'm happy.
Can't lose anymore.
Will you do
Can't
the Jigglypuff song for us?
No, man. I'm too shy. Let's go to the next game. Come on.
No.
No way. No chance.
That was the entire song, no? That was
I think so.
Yeah.
I didn't fall asleep there, so I don't know.
Oh, you did it wrong then.
Game 5, guys. We made it. Here we go. We've moved on to Triton Ladder Edition, and in the bottom right-hand corner, the green Zerg player. His name is Raynor.
And his opponent from South Korea, one of the best Terran players on the planet. We have Kjör.
He actually didn't proceed to Rax. I'm
Yep.
disappointed.
All the SCVs in his own base for some reason.
Yeah.
Why is he putting them all in his main?
80%. 80% you said one.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird.
Well, you know, 80.
80%
Sometimes it happens,
means
sometimes
1 in
it
5 you're wrong.
Yeah. And I was off. Can't be right all the
Also, it seems to be a 1 in 5 that Roddy hits the Jigglypuff, right?
Yeah.
Is that 80%?
I thought that like Rolly probably spent like $80 on that Jigglypuff.
Oh, easily.
time. How much is each roll, you think?
I have no idea.
Probably $10.
No way. Come on. Are they going to scam you that much?
Probably.
Dude. I mean, Tropical Islands is spectacular, but carnival games are never,
I
never
see.
a
I
good
see.
idea.
It's okay. I'm happy. I have my own Jigglypuff now.
What are you going to name her?
Jigglypuff.
You don't rename your Pokemon?
You know.
You can't just bring her home in a Pokeball.
I don't rename my Pokemon either.
Who does that?
It gets too confusing.
Yeah, man.
Did you guys try out the new Pokemon Sword and Shield?
I have it in my room, yeah.
Ben has
I've been playing it as well.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm at the first gym. So I'm still
I'm not that far yet.
beginning. I was on Twitter. You guys know Justin Wong, the fighting game player?
I know.
Did you see his post?
I didn't see before.
He's got 398 of 400 of the Pokedex filled, and his entire starter squad is level 100. What the hell?
I don't know.
The
Wait,
game's been out for
level
like
one-
days?
Yeah.
Who plays in game? It's all about the competitive side, man. Let's go to Showdown. Let's go.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, he plays some online Pokemon.
Yeah.
People go.
I played
on
with
these
Ben
kind of
before.
things.
Yeah.
Didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine playing games for fun, Ben.
I beat Ben.
What is-
Pokemon.
Winning is fun.
Yes. Being first in the world, that's all that matters.
I'll remember. I bring my rain team against you in the
Yeah.
Red Bull is.
Yeah.
You didn't know what was going
He
on.
smacks me, man. We played a bunch. I
Yeah.
got a couple wins, but in general, you probably won 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know, he actually made Laser and me play for his room in Korea.
That's hilarious.
A Pokemon match.
Yeah. You won, right?
Yeah, I won.
We played it was I Am Sao Paulo is when we were playing.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
were playing.
So yeah, Lambo had to play laser for because my room in Korea is slightly better than the other one.
Yeah.
So whoever won was the privilege to be my roommate. And Lambo happened to watch sometimes on Pokemon, so he won.
Yeah, but then they had to be your roommate.
No,
Yeah.
there's like one room with only 2, and the other one is 4, and also it has Dancer in the room, who sometimes tends to come home at 6 a.m. So,
So is this the Roddy syndrome?
Oh, this is... Oh, what is this? He opened
we got
2 Reapers.
Reapers this time.
Oh, nice. Oh, this is a very good. Look at the speed timing. It's so late. Oh, he's adapted, man.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is so bad for...
So
Yeah,
was
that's
it,
a ton of lost mining time here
he's
already.
gonna kill one Reaper for sure, right?
No. He can skip.
maybe?
Micro, baby, micro.
Shoot!
Oh, he's going to get it.
Negative.
Reapers always escape.
That's a great start. Not a proxy barracks opening, but a little bit cheeky nonetheless. As Reapers pick up a couple of drones, get a great scout, and do some good damage.
Do you think this is Battlecruiser 2? I remember 2 Reaper. In my head, it's always Battlecruiser. It's always 3cc Battlecruiser in my head.
He has 3 gases. So he has 3 gases?
Yeah.
Can I see the mate?
This-
Yeah.
This is a build that was common already also some time ago. And
Oh, he did it with 3cc, so it's slightly different.
no, it's actually the one I know with 2 Reapers right away.
Uh-huh.
It's always 3cc Battlecruiser. I think Kalazar used to play it a lot.
No, he teached them. It was not with 3cc. It was like use.
Really? Maybe he has 2 different builds then.
Maybe. This is the first time I see it like this. I know which one you're talking about.
What do you think, Lambo, about like going for like a more aggressive push, like a Roach Ravager Ling all-in or something like that?
I think against this kind of stuff it can work.
Didn't see it.
It's like if Terran scouts it, even if they don't have a BC sometimes in the bunker in time,
Mm-hmm.
it can still be hard. Like you need to basically go for a fully committed push before you scout that there's 3cc
Yeah.
Battlecruiser. Otherwise it's not gonna work.
He scouted with this Reaper, by the way, to see if there was like an all-in coming, so now he knows it's safe.
Yep.
So
Well,
that,
they should play
Unless it
live.
would have been Blythe and it would have been 10 drones there and 0 on the natural.
Yeah.
that's hilarious. It's also true, and it's also genius.
Negative. No genius. Just no keep play.
A couple of Hellions making their way across the map. And we see Raynor giving chase, trying to prevent him from doing any more damage.
I mean,
Yeah, Rainer is just doing the same thing as he did the game before, which I don't think we can blame him because it went very well. How many
here
things
we
does
go.
he have?
Not enough.
He's trying to get the wrap around here.
Not enough.
Good Evo Chamber block once again, but it's just going to go into the main base. One Roach does show up.
This
Also
should be
joining
fine.
in. He should be okay.
Hellions spending a lot more time
that was a good
moving
shot.
than they have been shooting, and the damage really is mostly repelled. A nice defense here from Raynor.
Yeah, but a lot of mining time lost though, and like still 6 workers.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
at the
big
same time,
start.
the BC has to stay at home now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and he gave up all of his Hellions. That means he gives up all of his map control. He doesn't really have the same same vision that he did, although he's just going to crank out more and more.
Yeah.
More factories going down as we see that mech transition. These guys are just committed to this kind of mech versus whatever Zerg does.
Probably Hydra Lurker Viper again, I would assume.
Maybe Mutas.
Gets one.
or Mutas, of course.
it can't be this early. It needs to be later. The Mura switch is what
Yeah.
should have won
Yeah.
earlier.
Tech switch.
You never go Muta after this more than 1 BC. Against 1 BC, sometimes Muta can be good, but 2 BC already is very good against Muta builds. Like in the early game.
Oh, the roaches, the solar roaches.
Yeah,
So we got a couple of SCVs, but they don't want to hang around with that battle cruiser in tow.
Yeah, but like the BC doesn't teleport around, so the roaches are almost the same speed as the BC, right? If I'm correct.
Yep.
A little bit slower, maybe, but
Man, BCs are so OP.
Remember when you casted a lot of StarCraft back in the day?
Yeah. Never thought I'd say that.
How many battle cruisers did you see?
These are the first.
yeah, exactly.
It's like that it's kind of an early mid-game unit now because you make them in the early phase and then not anymore later on.
Weird, man.
Because they suck at fighting. They're very supply inefficient against Nurl and they're not that great against Abdak, right now at least.
And we don't make Banshees anymore?
it's a pretty shitty unit to be honest.
Well, benches are like worse battle cruisers. They just cost a little less.
They can go invisible. But
Oh wow.
That's kind of cool. I can also get a speed upgrade.
Oh wow.
they are pretty cool actually. With
So you need to get 2 upgrades so it can become an oracle. Is what you Nice.
without revelation.
Yeah.
Or stasis.
Yeah.
like a worse oracle, pretty much. Yeah.
For 2 upgrades.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
It's Flying Dark Templar, guys.
Flying Dark Templar. They have Blink nowadays.
What?
They do.
They do that.
That's ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
a terrible thing to have.
And we still don't make them because they're not good.
Oh, wow. Winking BC.
Oh, I think he might go Swarmos again, I was about to say, but this time without Corruptor. So these Swarmos are a lot earlier than the last ones. I tried this as well against Bunny, and it worked pretty well initially with the wave, because I don't think Terran players expect Swarmos that early if they go BC. If you make a lot of queens, I think you can still defend the Battlecruisers just fine without Corruptors. And he's making so many that maybe he can even split them up. That's what I tried. I tried 6 at home and 6 at the front, which was fine, until I microed the Locust and lost all the queens at home without transfusing them.
Sounds like a mistake to you.
Feels bad, man.
Rest in peace, bro. It was a good run, Eddie.
So here are the two Battlecruisers moving on in towards the third base.
Oh my god. Okay, I
Yeah,
really
he loves Yamato taking the spot.
I don't like that. Honestly, you can just target fire the drones and take the shots.
Man, he killed so many drones.
And then afterwards you kill a queen, which is worth more than.
Guys, is Raynor all in?
No, it's a tempo play pretty much. Like you go to the other side with Swarmos and you try to kill the tanks. With the first waves have to do a lot.
Are you sure? I think it's pretty all in, dog.
50 workers dead.
Yeah, I mean.
Wait, what do you think of that fourth?
Oh, that
base
teleport is genius, by the way.
placement? What do you think of the fourth base placement?
This teleport is genius. Genius play. Oh, put the tanks in opposition, man.
Oh, where are the roaches?
Links on the right hand side as
They
well.
come.
There's not a single siege tank siege.
Roach is a little bit late to the party, but they do show up, and Raynor definitely had to do damage, but he's going to do a lot of it right here.
Yeah, supply depots not raised. I think
Oh,
these
he
are
didn't micro the BC
oh,
side
the
here.
big
Oh,
I mean,
the queens.
BC is being forced to pull back. One more siege tank will
Emil.
go down.
I would be so tilted.
Oh, no.
Emil going out with a bang in this last StarCraft tournament.
Emil, don't do it. Ah.
Raynor is so mad right now.
No, wait, Raynor. Cure is so mad.
I think Cure is dead, guys, honestly. I feel like he will lose a position over this, and even though Raynor is all in, as you guys said,
Tell him, Mapu.
I don't think he can ever get these spaces back, to be
No,
honest.
I think he's dead, man. I think he should have proxied Rex, as I suggested.
34 MS guys.
All right. 26.
Craig's going to tap out. So down goes the Korean stream for now.
Interesting that Emil somehow has faster internet than the French guys, even though they're on the same connection, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, he lost 1BC, and
Oh
there's
my
some,
God.
the march of queens are coming across.
Is it game over? Like, is he maxed
Yeah,
out?
like he was just
Dead.
caught completely off guard. Like that's what I said. Usually, as a BC turn, I don't think you ever expect Swarmos early, and I don't think he scouted them.
So many queens as well, though.
Yeah,
Like the
what a
march of the
clever
queens.
play.
It takes a little while, but they're really, really powerful. Right now, the Locusts can go into the main or in the natural. They can do a lot of damage.
Really smart play after 4 late macro games where Raynor showed really no intention of like heavy mid game aggression like this. I think Cure has been caught completely off guard. This command center is going to fall. These tanks
Oh,
are
the
gonna go
siege
down.
tanks. That is 2 tanks.
Really good
3
local
tanks.
splits as well. He doesn't just go with everything.
Yeah, and the planetary, well, it still lives for now. Well, you know what?
It's a very
Yeah,
low
but-
DPS army from Zerg, even though it looks very big. But eventually, because he
Yeah.
also starts to target fire down the SCVs, as you can see, the
GG.
is that.
Raynor wins the series 3-2 against Cure.
Guys, we can definitely call that set a slobber knocker.
That
5
was a slobber
games,
knocker to a T.
All of them tough. Raynor's stoked right now. All smiles.
Really well done.
Looking very good in his Red Bull cap, I gotta say.
So he's going to go up against Zest in the next round of this tournament.
There's the polite handshake. And I'm sure he'll come join us for a little interview here in a minute.
Okay,